7.
He's really good, and so are they, and there's too much to take a holiday. Well, you guys take a day off if you want, but participate in the radio show because, boy, is there a lot to do. Us and you on a Martin Luther King holiday. Happy Monday to you. That was, I believe, Westward One, right? And Raheem Mostert going nuts as he did yesterday. Raheem Mostert, who's been cut, who's been on 7 different teams, leads that running attack, which was incredible. 220 yards on 28 carries, 4 touchdowns, and the Niners are in the Super Bowl. 37-20 over the Packers will play the Chiefs 2 weeks from yesterday. What is good? Happy Monday to you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Josue Alden produces for you today in his brand new flat brim Highlands hat over on the ProView Networks. What's good?
What it do?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Do a lot.
What's good is the team's in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And when you look at both squads, one fantastic offensively, the other very good, but sets the tone with the defense. And the San Francisco 49ers are going to have 2 great weeks of build-up for this game because of the individual matchup.
Best teams won. The best teams won. And at least yesterday. Now, I don't know if you would think the Ravens were one of the best teams and they got beat. But the best teams yesterday won. And the games weren't great. Tennessee put up a fight early, but Kansas City's got that guy. Mahomes is unbelievable. The run, I want to talk about the run that he made at the end of the first half because that's going to go down in lore, but it really shouldn't have. And then it's not about Jimmy G, but it's about that defense and about that running game and how physical San Francisco is. I heard somebody say it yesterday. I don't remember where I heard it. West Coast teams tend to get this moniker, this label that they're soft, that they run, that they're flashy, whether it's a basketball team, whether it's a football team, that they're not physical, right? West Coast, whatever it is, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, they're all offense. They do it. No, that's not what this team is. This team beats you up from their front 4 defensively to their offensive line. What they do is everything that is physical, and if you've watched the 49ers at all year, you realize that they had 3 running backs at any given time, and one of them went down yesterday, Tevin Coleman. But this Raheem Mostert has been doing this throughout the season. Burrito's done it at times. He had a little fumbling issue, but that is a physical football team that can go out and win you a game, and I think the Super Bowl should be really, really good.
It should be fantastic, and it was a demoralizing performance. The 49ers, what they did to the Packers. You knew it was coming. They're not throwing the football, and they still could not stop the run. It's a credit to the 49ers' talent, the schemes that Kyle Shanahan has in place, all the window dressings that open those run lanes up, what the offensive line was doing, and the Packers wanted none of that. None of it.
We're running. Come stop it. You know what else makes that defense or that running game so good is the fullback, the use of the fullback, and the tight end. And it's not that you've got to switch tight ends when you're going to run and pass like so many people do. You've got your running tight end and your blocking tight end. George Kittle caught one pass, but was such a big part of that game yesterday because what he does in the running game. And that's school tight end did. Old school, your great tight ends, yeah, they caught balls for you, but their first obligation was to block. We've got into a generation now, which is fine, by the way, of passing tight or receiving tight ends who are acrobatic, big basketball players, but don't want to get in. Be physical. That's not what this guy is all about. And so you don't give away what you're doing with your personnel. And that guy, by the way, is as good a blocking tight end as the majority of them are in the league.
He is, and you see where he lines up every play, the motion that they have, whether it's Kittle, Juszczyk, the wide receivers, setting up the plays, the angles. It's such a fun offense to watch because even if you're not tactical, I know everything about football, you just see the little things that the 49ers do. You see how they're opening up the run lanes. You see the positions they're putting their running backs in. And it's amazing some of the performances we've seen in this postseason. The quarterback is still such an important position in that game. That's 3 times a playoff game has been won this year. Twice by Ryan Tannehill, and yesterday by Jimmy Garoppolo, where a quarterback did not have to throw for 100 yards.
All right, we got a lot to do today. A lot. You're going to ring the phones at 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. You can send emails. Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. On the Facebook, The OD in the AM. We got global basketball to talk about. They got beat 99-78 in Vegas over the weekend. They lost their 2 games last week on the road by 56 points. A competitive first half, and then the second half, boy, we got things to talk about, don't we? What happens now, where are we going? Aggies were winners on the road in Seattle. They completed a sweep of that road trip. Now they go back on the road to Rio Grande Valley. Saturday, they don't play a Thursday game. And then the women got beat at home, and another player has left the team, and then there was a social media storm. Is that a fair thing to say?
It's a very fair thing to say. It's the best way to describe it.
You've got a former player coming out and basically cracking on the staff and saying there's 20 players and staff members that have left in the last 3 years, and then you had current players coming on and defending the coaching staff, and meanwhile they're in a slump, and then you've got the coach saying, you all are just locked in on Albuquerque. I'm certainly not. Ooh. Which I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Is that you're out? You didn't hear that soundbite? Where I want to say
I heard that one. That
perspective of this happens. Teams lose. This happens. You all are so locked in on Albuquerque. I'm certainly not. Which was like, whoa. I don't know if that was just a dig that you've never been anywhere else, that's all you are is you know Albuquerque, or I'm getting out of here. I don't know.
The follow-up question is, does it happen to teams that are playing well and are on a up and up positive trajectory to have all the turnover and in-season transfers? Like, that came out Friday.
No, I know. Look, man, it's been 3 in season.
For Everett. Yeah.
No, it's been 3 in season. I understand that it happens. Mm-hmm. I think you and I have talked plenty about the transfer portal and how many and it's an average of over to a team, right, per year, I think is the number up to now.
Very high number.
But it's not in season. That's not when it happens. So we got all that to do. We got the baseball stuff. We got the UFC card. Holly was a winner on Saturday night, unanimous decision over Raquel Pennington in UFC 246. Conor McGregor took 40 seconds to get rid of Cowboy Cerrone. Did I ask you like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was? I said, does he have a chance? Like it just felt like Cowboy was in over his head, and look, I know, right? It happens. He got rid of Aldo in 13 seconds before, but 40 seconds.
Unbelievable performance, because hit him with the shoulder. Connor hits Cerrone with the shoulder. He was shocked. Punches. It was over. I thought Cowboy could at least make him competitive if he could get it to the ground, use some vision, grappling skills.
Right.
Nope.
He
Not at all.
Ground all right, and he submitted. Yep.
Conor McGregor always finds a way to reemerge.
Yeah, and he is back and back full. 505-246-0610. Jerome, get us started. Good morning.
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, a shout out to Alden over there. You guys know Alden is a Cibola graduate, and he was a pretty good. I got to coach him in soccer and basketball, and he's a pretty good football player. Anyway, a shout out to Alden over there working early. Nice. And I'm on my way to basketball practice, making the girls get up early and get the day started. One thing I did watch the Aggies play on Saturday night, and that's a tough atmosphere to play in Seattle, and in a really small, almost like a high school gym, it looks like. But the Aggies came through, got the W, and looking good, and things keep getting better as the players keep getting healthy. Hey, and that Donald Cerrone fight, man, that guy killed me. I figured he'd have a plan, throw a kick to the face or do something, because he knew that McGregor was just going to come right at him and try to get the early knockout, but he was not very successful, and Holly Holm won, but that was kind of like another boring fight, so I think people that paid for that pay-per-view kind of got ripped off a little bit. But anyway, the games yesterday, so be it. Hopefully the Super Bowl is better than the 2 games yesterday. But keep up the good work, guys, and I just wanted to say good morning.
All right, good to hear you, Jerome. Jerome called us at 505-246-0610. He coached you back in the day? He said you were all right.
Yeah, I was pretty decent back in the day.
I was all right.
I had some moves.
Alden was, he was decent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Look, the fight, sometimes you get a great card that you buy, and sometimes you don't. And I had stuff to do Saturday night. I've seen everything that I need to see. But it sounds like that was not the greatest watch ever.
When you have your co-main not be as exciting and hauling home after the fight saying, I wanted to be more damaging, just couldn't. So she did what she had to do to win a fight. And at the end of the night, for the fighter, well, yeah, you want to put on a show, you want to be exciting, you still just want to get that win and move on, and that's what Holly Holm was able to do. And Cerrone just got punked.
Yep, and it was over quick. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Want to hear from you. We're going to get into Lobo basketball when we get back. 99-78, Lobos fall in Las Vegas on Saturday afternoon. I know you have thoughts. I've heard a lot of them and seen a lot of them and read a lot of them, and they've come straight to my phone. You all have your thoughts. San Jose State will be in tomorrow. It's a quick turnaround. I don't know if Vance Jackson's going to be back or not, but we'll talk to you about it. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on Martin Luther King Day on 99 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life change.
99-78, Lobos get beat in Vegas over the weekend. Lobo women were defeated at home as well. And
68-51.
In the pit.
And more drama.
I don't know. I mean, that was a rough weekend. Rough weekend for Lobo basketball. We want to start. And I know typically it's obvious you start with the men, but we're going to start with the basketball. What's a bigger story?
They're even, so it's almost like flip a coin. Let's just start with the men.
All right.
Happened in Vegas.
So you play a first half where you're leading until the last couple of minutes, the last minute or so, 43-40 at halftime, and get blued out of the belt 56-38 in the second half and lose 99-78. You give up 103 points on Wednesday in Fort Collins, losing that game by 33. Then you give up 99 on the road in Vegas, and you lose that game by 21. 33-21 is 54. I mean, okay, it was a rough week. Now you're down 3 starters. So let's look at the obvious and say, I don't know who's winning in this league. Down 3 starters, maybe San Diego State, maybe not. They were down some starters and they win. But other than that, take 3 starters out of somebody's lineup and see what you get. But I think you get more effort. And this is really where the issue has been. And I'll give them this. I thought they played hard in the first half. I thought they came out and they played. The lack of defense is at times alarming. Is that fair?
It's very alarming, but it's also a group that didn't have that identity.
It never had that identity, yes.
What they were able to do was out-talent teams in their wins earlier in the season, and they were able to get by on defense. They would have spurts. They had moments where you're like, all right, they're doing enough to win basketball games. Well, all that's out the window, especially when you lose 2 anchors defensively in J.J. Caldwell and Carlton Bragg. When you talk about Caldwell's perimeter defense and Bragg finishing possessions with rebounding or just being a presence inside, and you have a bunch of guys that have to restart a new identity. They've never had that defensive edge, and so you're not getting that effort on the defensive end, and it's showing this week in these 2 games. So it's a team that lost a lot of talent, but the expectations haven't adjusted. I was surprised how, not that people are upset, but to the level that they still expect this team to compete. Now, to what we talked about after Colorado State, should this team still, as constructed, be losing
by 33 to Colorado State? And the answer is no.
Just seeing these score lines at the end. So that's where it does go to the effort questions. And
did you watch the last few minutes of that game?
Yeah,
it was dunking fast.
They cashed it in at the end of the game. And so that's...
Now I get it. You're down by a lot, and it's the end of a road trip. I hear fatigue a lot. Are they playing any more than anybody else is? Are they playing? No. I mean, yeah, they were on the road.
Guys playing. Your starters played. All your starters played 30.
No, I'll give you that.
Or more minutes.
I'll give you that. They're playing a lot of minutes because you're down. You're basically down to 6 guys. Okay, I mean, Quach got 13 minutes. McGee got 6. I get that. But they played 2 games this week, right? They played one in Colorado on Wednesday night, and they played on Saturday. They're young, in shape, great athletes.
It's a style that they have to adjust to or embrace. And defensively, it's not who they are. I don't know if it's something that they're going to have. Because the first 3 tweets I received after that game, this is the 3 tweets in order. Starts with the guy in the red sweater. Tough when you get out-coached each game. You can't coach effort. Noodles, cosign Weir.
I saw that one where it said you can't coach effort. I don't know who that was from, but it was Craig got beat up on that. I thought they played the first half with effort, right? Did you?
I did. Now the defense down the stretch was not good, and that's how UNLV got into the game.
Okay,
but I thought with what you saw is what this team as constructed has to do.
Well, this team as constructed, and almost any team's got to play some defense.
Yes.
Almost any team's got to play some defense. I can't give you a team that in the modern era, and on the modern era, let me just say, give me a team in the last 20 years at the college level that won without playing defense, that just flat out went out and outscored you, that Loyola Marymount you, that run and rebelled you Jerry Tarkanian days. Do you have one? Because I'm not sure I do. I mean, at some point you got to play better defense. There was I wish we had the visual medium, right, where we could just show a replay, because there was a breakaway, and you've got guys waving and watching and getting out of the way. It was a dude who went down the floor and went through 4 Lobos who were just kind of waving and watching and not playing defense. And to me, defense travels, right? I mean, effort travels, rebounding travels. You get out rebounded 47-31. All right, you're smaller. But didn't we have this conversation with Hunter on Friday that this isn't the team that's going to kill you with size? At least, okay, it's UNLV. They're not going to kill you with size. Oh, okay. Well, they still out rebounded you 47-31, and you had a guy go for 35 and they had their first triple double in 21 years of the program. I just you can't tell me every night. It's just luck that they're going off for historical highs. Colorado State hits the most three-pointers that they've hit in their program in 20-something years. This guy's the first triple-double in 21 years. That guy goes for 35. Like, at some point, what's the common denominator?
It's the Lobos.
It's the Lobo defense, is it not?
I
get it, they're shorthanded. Like, I give them a bit of a pass. Carlin Bragg is a gigantic piece to take out of a puzzle, but he's not coming back. J.J. Caldwell was a gigantic piece. I don't know. Maybe he's coming back. Who the hell knows? And Vance Jackson losing that was almost like that just tipped the scales too much. I didn't expect them to win, but I didn't expect him to look like a team that just didn't want to be there.
I think you're expecting the first half.
Yeah.
Where
Is
there's
that
moments. Wrong? It's not wrong, but I think reality is setting in that this team, it's not as simple as, hey, just give more effort, because it's not there. And the guys weren't doing that before, and what they were doing before was enough to get by. They were more talented than the teams that they beat,
I'll give
for
you
the
that.
most part.
Yeah.
And so they were able to out-talent people. That's
when do you
that's
say,
the most
man, this
simplest way to
sucks.
put it.
Getting beat sucks. I've got some pride. I've got to bring some effort. We can't get beat like this. So we're still 15-5. We can still do something this year. And
it's apparently that's not as easy as we all think it is.
Obviously. No, obviously.
And that's what I keep going back to is people are right. This team did not have a defensive edge. And Twitter is blowing up, having the back and forth, and people going, if this was Steve Alford, he would have destroyed this team. Well, it's not. And Paul Ward didn't have that kind of defensive edge. So are these players going to turn the corner? They're not. They're not dramatically all of a sudden going to start playing defense at a high level.
Yeah, you can't start that in late January.
As much talent as you think there's still there for them to not be beat by 30, it's
don't you think
it's not
there's too much
defensive
talent to be beat?
It's talent to score. It's talent to put 80 points up. But it's not talent to stop anybody.
So do you think I'm wrong when I say they're too talented to get beat by these teams by 20, 30 points? UNLV's not a great
After what I've watched this week, I don't believe that.
Okay.
Because it comes down to effort, what they're doing defensively, and this team does not have
to me,
that.
those are two different things. I think they're too talented, but you're right, it comes down to effort.
Because they're not talented defensively.
No, I think that's probably I think that's probably right too. To your point, because that's not you can't just instill that in mid-January.
You're not flipping that, and it's easy to say, and everyone wants to Rudy it up and just give it all the effort, give it this and that. This team is devastated by the loss of 3 starters.
Yes,
and can they play harder at times? Absolutely, they could give it more effort. However, the expectations are still the same from some people.
Well, they can't be the same.
With those 3 guys.
Yeah, and you can't expect the same. As much as you wanted it and you were excited and you got off to that great start and you beat Wisconsin and you swept the Aggies, you cannot expect the same thing that you expect with Carlin Bragg, Caldwell, and Jackson on the floor. You can't. Now, can you expect a better effort than you saw the last 2 weeks or the last 2 games? I believe you should be able to. Hopefully Vance comes back. I'd love to see him back tomorrow because I think they need him. This is a team that beat you on the road in San Jose State that's coming in on Tuesday. Then you go to Nevada, and then you get San Diego State in. That's your next 3. You got a team that beat you, Alfred and Noodles, and then what's going to be the number 4 ranked team in the country. That's your next 3, man. Like nobody feels sorry for you. Nobody's feeling bad for you. Nobody, this is what you got. Cartland Bragg's not coming back. I don't know what the deal with J.J. Caldwell is. So now he's allowed on campus, right? Is that what I understand? So he's on campus. He's allowed to do that stuff, but he's not allowed back with the basketball team. All right. So it would lead you to believe that we're trending that way, or is that too much to believe?
I have no idea.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, I got emails on this, and obviously you all have thoughts on this, and this is something that you're very passionate about, and as you should be. This is I don't want to say it's reminiscent of the New Mexico State St. Mary's week and anything else but scores, but I think it's reminiscent of scores and to some fans' effort.
The questions, and people right now do not believe that the head coach can change the direction of this team.
I think, there's some people who believe that, yes. Yeah, there's the social media makes you realize, yes, there's some people who believe that. 505-246-0610. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Lady Lobos, they've got their other issues. Boy, it's a basketball town, right? Football's feeling pretty good, though. Sounds like they're out getting players. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 7:26. Time to take another look here at this morning's commute. Right now, looks like everything is pretty much flowing pretty nicely out there. No major accidents to tell you about, but if you happen to see something, make sure and give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. From the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center, I'm host Wade with your Sports Animal Traffic.
What you gotta do is give me some money, okay?
Get your share of free money starting Tuesday. Your chance to win just by listening and texting. Listen for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the national keyword to 95819, and you could win $1,000. It's that easy. You're listening anyway. You love to text, and you like getting paid. We can't make it any easier than that. For complete rules and information, visit our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Free money starts Tuesday on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Win a new 2020 Chevy Spark valued at $16,000. Visit Malloy Chevrolet in Los Lunas to register. Find new roads and find great deals like a 2020 Chevy Colorado 4-wheel drive, now just $28,864. Shop MalloyChevrolet.com. OACC dealer for details.
St. Pius X High School placement exam for incoming freshmen is Saturday, January 25th. Apply online at stpiusx.com today to waive the testing fee. St. Pius, college, heaven. Be as certain. stpiusx.com or call 831-8400 to enroll or transfer.
TJ Trott here, and winter fishing in New Mexico? Why not? There are fish to be had. For info and to buy your license today, visit the Department of Game and Fish website at wildlife.nm.state.us. Get out and fish, New Mexico.
If you own an SUV or light truck, finding the perfect tire just got easier. Let Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair show you what the Yokohama Geolander HT Geo 56 can do for your daily drive. It's one of the longest lasting tires on the road, is built for all-weather handling, and offers an amazingly quiet and comfortable ride. All this and a mileage warranty up to 70,000 miles. And right now, for a limited time, buy 3 select Yokohama tires and get 1 free at Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair, your full-service auto shop, 2nd and Lomas or Eubank and Manal.
Now, listen to KNML AM 610 on Alexa, supported by Indeed. Say, Alexa, enable the KNML AM 610 skill. Then say, Alexa, play KNML AM 610.
How to create your perfect bowl of oatmeal. Start with whole grain Quaker Oats. Flex some flavor with your favorite fruit, like perfectly sliced pieces of peaches. Or blend in your favorite berries, like the tried and true strawberries and blueberries. And top it all off with a spoonful of syrup, a sprinkle of sunflower seeds, or a pinch of cinnamon. Look for Quaker Oats, instant Quaker oatmeal, and Quaker oatmeal cups at a store near you. Quaker Oats, our oats, your creation.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. We see it every day. People hurt in car wrecks being misled by the insurance companies in order to minimize the amount of money they have to pay. When the insurance company tells you you don't need an attorney, that's when you know You need an attorney. Want a fair settlement? Don't attempt to deal with the insurance company on your own. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and keep you out of the courtroom.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
Dear Winter, you're back. And I see you brought your friends, sleet, snow, ice, and slush with you. Luckily, 2 of my top sled dogs, the Tundra and the Tacoma, are revving to go. They drive with a whole bunch of terrain tackling, weather-ready features like active traction control, available 4-wheel drive, and projector beam headlights. And you can get a deal and save a little cold hard cash too. Can't wait to chill together. Toyota.
Right now, get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 Tundra with $1,748 per $1,000 borrowed. Or get $2,000 cash back on a new Tundra. Offers end February 3rd. Toyota, let's go places.
Excludes TRD Pro. APR and approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Does not include college, grad, and military rebate. Must be applied to the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end February 3rd.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe, Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque, or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. Or for more information, visit Toyota.com. Toyota.
Hi, it's me, your nose. I'm so congested. Use the Vicks Sidex nasal spray, would you? Mouth breather. Yeah, the Vicks Sidex nasal spray. Starts working in seconds and lasts for up to 12 hours.
I can breathe again. Vicks Sinex nasal spray is incredible. I feel like a whole new nose. Oh, let's buy a new car so we can smell it. Oh, we're really breathing now.
For nasal congestion relief, get Vicks Sinex and breathe freely fast. Use as directed.
The Jim Rome Show. Up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back at it tomorrow for the Lobos. We'll be over on 96.3 KKOB News Radio. What time are we going tomorrow?
8 o'clock tip-off.
8 o'clock tip-off tomorrow?
So 7:30 pregame show.
What is that, a CBS Sportsnet game?
I believe so, yes.
All right. 99.78. So, and I got a bunch of emails, and I know you all feel a certain way. I'll start with this one because Rod says, Lyle. Jefferson, all I heard the last 2 years at this time is just wait until Lyle's eligible. Just wait until Lyle is healthy. Now these same Lobo fans are calling him Elijah Brown 2.0. He's gone from savior to whipping boy in 3 months. Well, that's pretty much how it's gone generation after generation, player after player around here, hasn't it? I mean, everybody's built up to be the next savior around here, and then reality hits, and you realize he's not Michael Jordan, so you beat him up. I mean, am I wrong?
No.
That's how it goes. Let me tell you something. He's a fantastic offensive player. I don't know if he's an NBA talent like TJ Otzelberger thinks he is, but he's a fantastic offensive player. But he's playing a little bit out of position. He's not a point guard. How many turnovers did he have the other day? I mean, he's got to lead the nation in turnovers, doesn't he? No, he only had 2 turnovers the other day. But he didn't play defense. Give me the nice way to say he's not a great.
Juan Lyle is not a good defender.
Okay,
and it goes back to the conversation as constructed prior. They were able to hide him enough. I heard people praising J.J. Caldwell for his perimeter defense.
Okay. I think that's fair, right? J.J. Caldwell played defense.
You had a player that was able to step up and defend others on the perimeter. The style you were playing defensively hid him enough. That's all changed. Like, Jaquan Lyle's not going to be a dude who gets it done on each end of the court.
Well, and now you're asking him to do everything, right?
And
now,
with losing 3 starters, you can't go to that comment and saying, well, I thought Jaquan Lyle was going to save it.
That's right.
Well, before this all went to bleep in a handbasket, it was working.
That's right. Your point. Look, this is where you're right. He doesn't play. He's not a good defender. But now with the way it is now, you're asking him not only to score, but now to be your point guard and to guard one of their best players on the other side. A, defense is not his strength. B, when you're playing point guard, you can't score as much, and he turns the ball over a lot. So you're asking him if he was just an off-ball 2, he'd be all conference, right? Mm-hmm. But you're putting him in a position, and so I'm struggling with the criticism, but I understand it because it's so hard to sit here with a team, and you've got to premise everything you say, but they're down 3 starters. They're down 3 guys. One guy from Connecticut, one guy from Kansas, and another highly touted transfer, right? From
Texas
A&M, right? You got these 3 guys that you were banking on, and they're not in your lineup. I don't know how many of them are coming back and win. Jeff, your job is to win with what you got. We heard they were so deep. No, you're right. And so that's where I'm trying to balance this criticism with the reality. I understand, and give me a team in America where you take 3 starters out of the lineup and they're going to be the same, but I still believe they should not be getting blown out of the building by 20-plus and 30-plus points by these teams. If you're going to tell me San Diego State beat them by 32, the way we're constructing, the way they are right now, the way New Mexico is and the way San Diego State is, all right, I get it. San Diego State is going to be ranked 4th in the country as of today. But UNLV, Colorado State, that's where I'm struggling a little bit with it. And that's where my eyes tell me, and that's where I'm listening to the effort thing a little bit. That's all. And I'm watching what I'm watching defensively, and teams win with defense, and I just don't know that this
they
team
weren't good.
Yeah.
And these aren't good defenders. And it's so easy to just sit there and Rudy it up and say effort this, effort that. That was a 5-1 team that was favored. Now, they weren't favored by 30 points. But you saw when the game started to get away.
If they'd have lost by 6 points, you wouldn't feel this way.
No. But what makes you think this team can all of a sudden just effort their way to a competitive game coming off what happened at Colorado State? And then we saw it again in the second half. The first half is the team I thought we could see more of,
right.
But it's evident that for 40 minutes, those guys can't do that.
So what made me think that? Because defense is effort, and I just – what makes me think it? You should be able to go out there and play defense and play hard for at least for 30. If you're down when it started to get away, all right. As disgusting as the last 2-3 minutes were to watch, I almost understand it. It hurts to watch that. It's just brutal to watch it. Honestly, it was just them coming down and just dunking on you and clowning you. I mean, those guys were clowning you in the last few minutes. But at that point, you're beaten. You're like, all right, I got it. But what makes me think that they can come out with effort?
And especially
because go out and play with
and now,
effort.
I know, and that's where I understand where people are coming from, because it goes right to Paul Weir. And it was something that this team didn't have before. How do you instill it in them now? He has to coach these guys differently. Young guys are going to have to get a few minutes and be able to make mistakes on the floor, and you coach them through that. Because for Corey Manigault, he's a cardboard cutout defensively because he doesn't want to get in foul trouble. So all he can do is stand in the middle of the zone and hope his hands don't come down because he's their only big. And so you see that problem rearing its ugly head.
I don't blame him for that
defensively,
because I think
he's just there trying to avoid a foul and hoping that being a body in a way is going to be enough. So you have that hole in the zone. You have teams beating them up, passing it, finding the open spaces. It's a problem.
I think Manigault's played hard.
It went from something to absolutely everything right now. And do expectations have to adjust? Absolutely. But the effort question is real, and that's not going away for this basketball team.
And I think a fair question is, everybody's on the coach, and well, what would you do? Like, how would, it's easy. Well, when I'd yell and scream and stomp. Okay, that's great. The other guy, well, I'd make him play defense. Oh, okay. I'd pack the zone in. It's when you look at your personnel right now, like the problem's legitimate, right? You went from to your point, and your point's so right. You went from being able just to out talent people in the first 2 months of the season to now you're just trying to survive. So I'm listening. I don't know. I'm sure Paul's listening. Everybody who's got an idea that he respects. What do you want him to do? Well, I want him to have effort, Jeff. I got that. But schematically, what are you telling me? Because you can't just change defense. Okay, I want you guys. You can put it out on video all you want. Look, freeze it here. What are you doing here? The guy's going wide by. You're playing Ole defense. Can you teach defense in a week? Can you become a defensive team in a week? I mean, and I'll listen to this too. By the way, that's probably something that should have been a cornerstone starting in September, right? In August and July, right?
Yes.
I don't know how you just instill that now in late January and say we're
Again, before everyone got suspended.
Okay.
There were some questions, but they were doing what they had to do to win.
All right. We'll get into the women when we come back. 505-246-0610. I got a ton of emails, too, and we'll get to those as well. Hey, fellas, it's 2020. It's time to feel like you again. What did Jason tell me? It's 2020. Go take care of you. Yep, go take care of you. No excuse for you to have to deal with lack of energy, erectile dysfunction, hair loss anymore. Call Numail. You'll feel better. Numail's helped thousands of men all over the country. Men maybe like you who are done living with low T, ED, even depression. Call Numail at 505-562-1688. That's 505-652-1688. And feel better. It's Numail.com, Numale.com. Take care of it. See, Numail's the leader when it comes to men's health. They're right here in Albuquerque. They are the first and they are the best when it comes to men's health. They were the originators in this field, and they have continued to stay on the cutting edge with the latest treatments. Do yourself a favor and call Numail at 505-652-1688. It's not going away by ignoring it. Honestly, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Men hit a certain age, low T, lack of energy, ED, are all natural. Beat nature with Numail. You'll feel better. It's time. Take care of you. Numail right here in Albuquerque at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 and feel better.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company. Come on in.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life change will occur.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned
working today. Hopefully you got the day off to take part of the radio show. 505-246-0610. Emails, jeff@610knml.com or jj@610knml.com. I'll just produce it for you. You can see everything right here on the ProView Networks. Comcast Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. Go to our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. Josue producing for you on the radio side, working on Martin Luther King Day. All right. James says, can we talk about the Phillies? Jeff, what did you think of Bradbury's post-game comments? To paraphrase, players come and go in 2020, and the people in Albuquerque better learn to accept that. He doesn't want to sit and talk about it for an hour every time a player leaves the program. It's from James. All right. We'll get you that quote. Lobos lost 68-51 to UNLV on Saturday at the Pit. Jayla Everett, it was announced, left the team on Friday, correct?
Yes.
She had started all but 2 games. She is the third in-season player to leave the program. Look, you can tell me I live in Albuquerque, and I think I'm a little broader than that. And you and I have probably been out on the forefront of making people try to realize that the transfer thing in this day and age in college sports, especially in college basketball, is very real and in pretty good numbers. But it is not common for 3 players to leave a program in season.
Especially the timing. It wasn't just leaving at semester. So you can look at
this is
what's
still
going to happen.
Considered semester, right? The semester starts tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
That fair, but it's also into conference play, even though the semester hasn't
that's right.
officially started.
But as far as the eligibility thing, I think
eligibility. So that's why you make a decision.
Yep.
But for the latest one, Jayla Everett, the Mountain West Freshman of the Year last year, to be the 3rd player to leave, is a little more than just it happened.
3rd starter. All right, so Josue, you got this soundbite, and this is with the reporter's question and everything. Is that right? All right, here's what James is referring to after the Lobo women's basketball game on Saturday.
Over the course of all that time since those players have left, how challenging has it been for you and your staff to adjust to those changes, and how do you just move forward now?
We just keep going. I mean, I don't know, it's not hard. I mean, you just do it. I mean, this is not something that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I know you guys are locked into Albuquerque and all that, but trust me, I'm not. And I mean, we're not the only one. The people come and go. It's today's society. It's today's world. And I'm not going to get on this rant. If you want to see it, watch the 21-minute video. And I've told y'all, okay, Frank Martin. Post-game after the Stetson game, okay? They've done it about 2 or 3 weeks ago, okay? And he'll explain it all to you. But it's the way it is today, okay? So, I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm used to it. So, I don't know. You can get used to it and stop asking me this, or we can keep talking about it. We'll talk about it again next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
All right. Is it that common? Are players leaving at that?
The transfer rate is high, but Mike, when you had a player leave Friday, no one was able to ask you about it until post game yesterday in person, unless they wanted to reach out to you. That is, of course, question you're going to get.
Well,
what are you expecting? And it was a fair question.
The question was about how do you and your staff adjust. It wasn't even about the
wasn't
specifics.
Specifically about Jayla Everett. And it's a defensive Mike Bradbury again in this situation. My question is, if it's just this generation, can you not coach this generation anymore? What are you doing as a coach?
You by? And he says no. I'm adjusted to it. I mean, he's not in that soundbite. He's not complaining about it. He says it's just the way it is, right? What did you make of you all are locked into Albuquerque? I certainly am not. What did you make of that?
Felt like a shot, but I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to.
Does that mean I'm getting the hell out of here?
Yeah,
does
the
that
first
mean
thought I thought.
You all don't know anything outside of this
want.
place? What does that mean? Because I'm going to tell you.
Trying to say, look around. Everyone's transferring. Okay,
who else is? Okay, wait. Am I missing? Because I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. I am not as in tune to women's college basketball as he is. I'm not. Are women's players transferring at this clip, 3 per team, in season by mid-January?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that the norm?
I'm sure the transfer numbers are high, but that is a fair question. It was a good question by I believe that was Brandon Ortega, right? That asked that question.
Okay.
It's about, hey, how are you adjusting? How are the players handling it? Because Bradbury, in other quotes, has acknowledged that, hey, maybe Everett leaving did affect our team some. So you can't, in one breath, say a player that just left who made that decision on Friday affects us, and then when someone asks about it, get all defensive and say, look everywhere else.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a problem here.
And we're used to it. Well,
what?
Are you used to it, or are you not used to it? And look,
the whole this generation thing, I get so tired of it. Our attitude's different, sure, because I'm every generation has had their heads butt with the next one. Like, you growing up, I'm sure at times your parents were like, oh, back in my day, y'all wouldn't have done that. I'm so tired of it, but it's what happens to every generation. They get slammed with it. Like, they're soft, they're this, they're that.
I don't even think this is a slam, JJ.
Like,
I think you do have to acknowledge.
If things are changing, why are you not changing? Why do you have 3 players, including the Mountain West Freshman of the Year, someone that's supposed to be an important player, and Jayla Everett leaving at semester?
So I don't know that I find people in that context, I don't find it as a slam. I think by saying, look, we're going to talk to Brutus, right? And Brutus has been around here a while. Maybe he has, but he's got to acknowledge that this generation, they are transferring more than they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And people struggle. We get that email every day that people are struggling to accept that. I don't know if I'm hearing from Bradbury that that's an issue for him. He's saying, I'm used to it. You all are the ones who aren't used to it.
Well, he did say go listen to Frank Martin talk about it.
What did Frank Martin say? I didn't listen to Frank Martin's
He
rant.
went off on the whole, you're not committed, this and that.
All right, I think that's a different story. And if that's his gospel, then and that's his 30, then yeah, we do, because what he said right here is I'm used to it. I'm okay with it. It's how it is now. You all are locked into Albuquerque. I certainly am not.
20.
Bruce, we'll get to you. I certainly am not. What does that mean? Am I out? Or y'all just have never been anywhere and you need to pull your head out of the Albuquerque sand?
10.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Rockin' Bruce here on Montgomery, your home for Lobo Talk. Catch Lobo Talk every Thursday night right here on the Sports Animal. Live from Rockin' Bruce from 7 to 8. Our Lobo and the Volunteer State. Keith in Memphis is on the line. Call in or show up live.
Women's coach Mike Bradbury and men's coach Paul Weir take your questions and talk about the games every Thursday at 7 p.m. Live from Rockin' Bruce right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
If you own an SUV or light truck, finding the perfect tire just got easier. Let Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair show you what the Yokohama Geolander HT Geo 56 can do for your daily drive. It's one of the longest lasting tires on the road, is built for all-weather handling, and offers an amazingly quiet and comfortable ride. All this and a mileage warranty up to 70,000 miles. And right now, for a limited time, buy 3 select Yokohama tires and get 1 free at Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair, your full-service auto shop, 2nd and Lomas or Eubank and Manal.
It's quite simple. If you can drop 5 balls, you can win a pile of cash.
Get to the wall of cash at Isleta Resort and Casino and win your share of over $1 million.
9 times every Saturday and Sunday, 2 players will head to the wall. They'll drop 5 balls down the wall to win up to $5,000.
Earn entries today with the chance to win 1,000 entries every Tuesday.
The wall of cash with more than $1 million in prizes.
Now through February 9th at Isleta Resort and Casino,
where the fun begins.
Gentlemen, it's time to feel like you again. It's 2020. There's no excuse for you to have to deal with lack of energy, erectile dysfunction, or hair loss anymore. Call New Male and feel better. It's Jeff Siembieda, and New Male has helped thousands of men all over the country. Men, maybe like you, who are done living with low T, ED, even depression. Call New Male at 505-652-1688 or visit newmale.com and take care of it. You see, New Male is the leader when it comes to men's health. Right here in Albuquerque, they are the first and they are the best when it comes to men's health. They were the originators in this field and have continued to stay on the cutting edge with the latest treatments. Do yourself a favor and call New Male at 505-652-1688. Look, it's not going to go away by ignoring it. And honestly, it's nothing to be ashamed of. When men reach a certain age, low T, lack of energy, ED, it's all natural. Beat nature with New Male and feel better. It's time. Take care of you. New Male, right here in Albuquerque, 505-652-1688 and feel better.
Precision Door, a name you can trust.
When you push the button on your garage door and it makes a loud noise, that's a sure sign of trouble. That's when you should call Precision Garage Doors at 244-DOOR. These guys are ready to roll. They know you don't have time to wait to get your vehicle out of the garage. Precision Garage Doors has well-trained technicians who won't cut corners. They'll let you know exactly what needs to be done so you get the problem solved. They even offer a lifetime warranty. You spend time in the garage? Ask about insulating your door to make it more comfortable and keep the winter weather out. Here's what their customers really like. Precision sends a picture of the technician headed to your home, and they let you know when he's on the way. You can trust Precision Garage Doors. Call 244-DOOR or visit GarageDoorsAlbuquerque.com. That's 244-DOOR or GarageDoorsAlbuquerque.com. Make the right decision. Call Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Shaq Sports Hour. Sports fans, we're talking all-time most heartbreaking moments. You're on.
Shaq, I sent my husband to get an Epson EcoTake printer and he bought the wrong printer.
Ooh, that's bad. But as far as sports...
He bought one with cartridges.
Yeah, cartridges are a pain,
The
but...
EcoTank is cartridge-free. Comes with a ridiculous amount of ink.
Your husband owes you big time. Let me talk to him.
Already taken care of. He's giving me a foot massage right now. Say hi, dear.
Hey, Shaq. Nice. Sports Hour. Sponsored by Epson EcoTank. Just feel and chill. Get your Epson EcoTank at Staples today.
Vicks VapoCool Drops. Oh, great. A sore throat keeping me from my extremely lucrative voiceover job talking about throat drops. Thanks, universe. Might as well try these Vicks VapoCool Drops. Wow, these VapoCool Drops are amazing. That's not candy dressed up like a throat drop. That's a super cooling Vapo Power Rush. It's like... Yes! I don't know where that's coming from, but yes! Vaporize sore throat pain with mixed Vapo Cool Drops. Use as directed.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the sports animal.
What things you? We got a lot going on. Lobo women lose 68-51 and player Jayla Everett leaves the team. We played you Bradbury's soundbite on that. 99-78 Lobo men lose in Vegas. Don't know if Vance Jackson will be back when they play San Jose State tomorrow in the pit. We got Super Bowl set, Kansas City and San Francisco. Holly Holm was a winner over the weekend over Raquel Pennington. Cowboy Cerrone got knocked out, TKO'd in 40. That's 4-0 seconds. Aggies won on the road in Seattle. San Diego State's still the only undefeated team in America. They will be in town next week. Probably going to be ranked 4th in the nation when the new polls come out today. 4th after a big win over
Nevada.
Yeah, Steven Noodles in Nevada. 505-246-0610. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Josue, and Alden. Brutus, thanks for holding. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline.
Well, glad to hold. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, you gotta listen to that press conference from Frank Martin.
Okay.
Okay. You got to listen to it.
When I have 21
you know,
minutes.
he basically comes out and says, I have two options on how to coach. You know, I can coach, and Frank Martin is a hard ass. Okay, he's you know, you go back to Bobby Knight and people like that.
That's
He's
right.
that type of coach, or was that type of coach. He feels he has to make the decision now whether to be accused of being. Are you still with me?
Yeah, whether accused of being what?
An abusive coach, okay? Either being accused of abusive coach or to baby.
Well, there's got to be a fine line. See, there's got to be a middle ground. And with all due respect, Brutus, like coaches have to adapt too, right? The Bob Knight old school approach probably doesn't work anymore, but that doesn't mean you have to coddle them. There's got to be a way, and I know there is, by the way, to still instill discipline without being a damn babysitter.
Well, the thing is, that's a fine line.
Yes, it is.
That's a very fine line, and the thing is, you know, J.J. Buck there, okay, he's a young man, and he belongs to this generation. But a guy like J.J. Buck, and I've seen it in the workplace, okay, those type of young people are few and far between. Okay, few and far between. The majority of this generation is weak and soft, and they want to be coddled, and you cannot really criticize them or anything. They start crying. I've had young men in their 20s, you know, I sit down to evaluate their performance, and they turn into crybabies with me.
I was just listening to a coach, JJ, who was it? And I don't remember if it was a football coach recently, said, you know, young men want structure and discipline and know that you've got their back. Meaning, I was just listening to someone tell me this the other day. He was hard on us, he rode us, but we knew he loved us. I watched Chris Jans. It almost feels to me like Chris Jans is riding that line. Yeah. Do you feel that? Down now,
I see that too, guys. Chris Jans, he's able to. Paul Ware, I think he's suffering through it, and that's part of the problem this year. In the past, the first few years here, he used to suspend players. He used to sit down players for bad performance. Starting was based on deflections. This year, we don't see that Paul Ware. It looks like he's on medication. It looks like he's laid back. He has a different team. Apparently, you can't tell Lyle anything, or he'll turn into a pouting, crying baby. Yeah, I mean, okay, and the thing is, you know, the example. Okay, Paul, where are you? Keith McGee. I would have threw him off the team
for what?
For the way he defended the other night. That was not a lack of energy. That was just a lack of I don't play defense. Okay, Keith McGee's an embarrassment to this team. He should be thrown off the team for that. You know, Bradbury. I respect what he said, Does this mean that he's not tied into New Mexico? I think it does, because I think, going back to Fran Fraschilla, remember Fran Frascilla's first problems here at UNM? It was Mark Smith on the telephone with the players, and the players were crying to him that Fraschilla was abusing them. Boo-hoo. Okay? JJ Buck, I congratulate you. It's good for me to see a young man that is different from the crowd.
He
Okay.
busts his butt, man. This guy's unbelievable. Brutus, great to hear you. It's an interesting phone call, and I appreciate it because it's going to turn this conversation a little bit. By the way, how about the compliments for you?
I was very surprised. Usually in these conversations, I come out on the other end being the quote-unquote millennial of the discussion at times.
There has got to be a line. And so there's a lot of points that I think are really valid in what Brutus had to say. You can't coach the way Bobby Knight did, or maybe even Fran Fraschilla did, right? You can't do probably the way I got coached in high school. You can't coach that way, but you can coach with discipline. Now, you've got to be able to...
Structure is the great word.
I think that's right. Now, you've got to, as a coach, be willing to accept there's not going to... If a kid can't take it, that he may leave, and you got to understand that. But you've got to be able to have conversations during the recruiting process. And this is at the AAU level, through the college level, and beyond. Here's how it's going to be. I'm going to love you. I'm going to have your back if you... do this. I'm demanding. You're going to play defense. I'm going to get into you when you don't, but I'm going to love you at the end of the day. And there was a Twitter clip. I spent probably more time on Twitter this weekend than maybe I have in the last 3 years. And I saw did you see the Chris Jans clip in the locker room after the Seattle game? And it was good. You watch Jans on the sidelines. He's in his player's face. He's screaming at him. It was after they won in Seattle. It was the locker room, him talking to him about how it was a tough fought win, but those players look like they're battling for Chris Jans, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a fiery little guy, but yet at the end of the day, he loves you. Now, there's got to be that way. I coached with a guy named Mike Danoff, who is as good of a basketball coach as I've been around in all my years. When I was playing, and he's coached AAU around here for years. He coached a team with Bryce Alford and Colin Neal on it at the same time, and amongst other players. Mm-hmm. And I remember telling him, this was after I'd stopped coaching with him, and when I was coaching AAU, that's who I coached with in middle school. I said, I couldn't do what you did. He says, no, I coach him, and those guys still call him. And you've got Stephen Tanya over one shoulder, and you've got Craig and Janet over the other shoulder, and you've got he says, I don't care. This is how I coach. If you want to play for me, this is how it is. And I respect him so much because I've been through his practices. They're disciplined. He's on them. He's hard, but he loves these kids, and these kids still, they call him all these years later. I saw him the other day, and he told me about a kid that we coached in middle school back in 2001 or 2 that, hey, he asked about you, right? Because we coach these kids with love. I don't know where the fine line is. There's a few coaches that are able to get it. It's a moving target. It absolutely is a moving target. But you can't be afraid, and Bradbury, I think, has got this part. You can't be afraid to lose them, right? If they're going to leave, they're going to leave. Okay, you got to accept that there's going to be turnover, but you can't be afraid to coach them and discipline them and instill structure, because otherwise, I don't know how you can win.
Yes, and there is a line of where you can be a disciplinarian, you can have that structure, and it doesn't have to be. And the easiest example to use is, Bob Knight throwing a chair across the room, almost attacking players.
Yelling them, calling them names, hitting them. You can't do that anymore.
We've all adjusted. You can still coach hard. You can curse. It happens. You go to either of those practices, coaches are cursing at players. But there also does have to raise the question, and going back to Mike Bradbury in that press conference, if he's going to drop, this generation, what are you doing to coach up this generation? Are you just stuck in what was, or how do you adjust a little to where you have a team
because
follow you?
No, it's really fair, because he said, look, I'm good with it. I get, like, he's almost good, like players are going to come. But to your point, is he adjusting to try to do something that players want to be here? Is it just, here's my way or the highway and you're out? And that might be it.
And that's probably why he sets a tone of get used to it.
because it's going to continue to happen. I'm still interested in what you all think of that piece of the soundbite where he says, "You all are stuck in Albuquerque. I'm certainly not," or I'm sure, and we'll play it again. It was just so, like, what, we're stupid because we're in Albuquerque or we've never been outside? Like, I've been out a lot of places outside Albuquerque. Lived in a lot of places. I like, and again, I'm not seeing 3 players transfer during the season on many teams by mid-January. I'm not telling you it's never happened before, but I'm not going to accept that that's the norm. I will accept that that's the norm that players transfer. I will, yeah. But am I missing something where that's the norm that they're transferring in the middle of the season on a regular basis? Did I miss a big headline?
There's a lot of transfers.
There are. I got that part.
It does happen. But there was a little more spice to the story thanks to social media, which the questions are now being asked. Is there something more than just an unhappy player?
And that's because a former player hit social media. I'll tell you about that when we come back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 8:10. Here's another look at Monday morning's
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson, And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Schwartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Schwartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going...
So it blew up a little more with women's basketball late on Saturday when Jada Bavaro, right, a former player, hit the social media and took a shot at Bradbury and the staff and saying, there's a reason more than 20 coaches and players have left the program in 3 years. And then current players said, man, it was Asia Robertson said, don't get me in your drama. We're happy here.
Even Jayla Everett.
Who left the team on Friday, said that's not why I left. So Bourne says Bradbury just looks like he wishes he was back at Wright State, Jeff, with 50 people at the games, and there was no pesky media asking questions after tough losses. I've said that for a while, right? I mean, I think he probably likes the bigger salary and being able to recruit better, but he's never, to me, seemed like he appreciated what he's got. You know what I mean? Everything around. Yeah, with this job, it's different than most women's basketball jobs in America.
People are going to care about the
care.
third player that leaves in season.
Matt says on Bradbury, Jeff, the one who seems like he's too sensitive to deal with life's challenges is Bradbury. Dude needs to quit bagging on this generation and look himself in the mirror. What a crybaby. How about answering the question and not coming off like some hothead? As far as what his comment about Albuquerque meant, I assume he meant you guys only focus on Albuquerque, but I'm aware of women's basketball outside of UNM. His word and tone choice, however, point to maybe him being a ginormous... I don't know if I want to say that word, but it's not a nice one. Maybe that's why these players and coaches are fleeing at such a high clip. I don't know. This was the word. I mean,
okay.
Is it better that I stayed away from it?
Fine.
All right. I need tippy for my. Yeah. All right. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Hello, Derek.
Hey, I'm in town and heard you guys were on today.
Welcome. Welcome to our beautiful little burg.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, dude?
Not too bad. I'm actually in town. My mom died about a little over a month ago, so I'm dealing with her house and other stuff like that. Man. But last week I caught you a little bit, and you guys were talking about some recruiting and Danny Gonzalez and how he's recruiting, and just got me thinking. My son from my first marriage is down in Phoenix, and he's a freshman this year, and the head coach at the high school he plays at is Bobby Newcomb.
Yep. Former Highland High School great.
And I can't tell you how impressed I am with him and what the values he emphasizes and especially academics. I mean, you got to have a 3.0 to play at his high school.
Is that right?
And he's just doing a great job down there and need more people like that. But for the most part, like I said, I'm in town, and I heard you guys were on today on this holiday, and just thought I'd call and say hi and wish everyone well. And
condolences on your mom and hang in there, man. All right, good to hear.
Thank you. You guys take care.
Later. Derek from here moved to Vegas and calls in periodically, and obviously home. All right, if you want to get in on any of that, we're here for you. Level men's basketball. So we don't know if Vance is back tomorrow or when or what. Probably not tomorrow. Is that what we're hearing?
Day to day.
All right. Sarah's in on Jayla. Jeff, what did you make of Bradbury's comment that Everett left at least partly because of changes going on at the university? What would those have to do with a Lady Lobo basketball program? I don't know. Sarah, I saw that. I mean, it can mean anything, right? We're playing this cryptic game here in a lot of respects. Everybody's sending little signals. Go ahead and decipher as you wish, right? I'm not telling you they're doing this intentionally, but there's so much to guess about what's going on with basketball right now, right?
Yeah.
From why did Jayla leave, and what does that mean, and what does it mean that you guys are here in Albuquerque, and focused on
And early on in the interview, Bradbury seems like he wants to spill some stuff. He said he said he was up the night before thinking of ways, for that moment. And he saw that he was thinking about, I can really be entertaining, which you guys would definitely enjoy, or I can, not. So it's almost like he's right on the edge of just blowing his top.
And this, you're getting paid a handsome salary to coach basketball, but also be able to lead a program.
Well,
and it does sound like he's butting heads with this generation. But what are you doing to bridge that gap? As opposed to, maybe it is just as simple as they can't handle the discipline and structure. Okay. Leave it at that. But if you keep hinting at player things, that's not going to end well for you as a coach. If you keep hinting at it's all the players, it's all their reaction.
If you keep talking in cryptic messages, and look, everybody over there right now, I mean, how many things do you kind of want to know? You want to know what's going on with J.J. Caldwell. You want to know what happened with Carlton. Right? You want to know what's going on with Vance's knee. You want to know what's going on, why Jaquan won't play defense. What's the relationship with Paul and his players? What's going on with Jayla Everett? Why did she leave? Whatever happened to those two who left early, we never found out. There's a lot of things, like if somebody wrote a tell-all book, you'd read the whole damn thing, wouldn't you, just because you want to know? And this is where you're walking a fine line, right? Everybody is. People here love Lobo basketball. Remember that conversation we had last week, JJ, about, and Jeffrey brought this up, how are you going to create the next generation of Lobo fans? And the people who love Lobo basketball, this older generation, right, that's been around and remembers this, they're the ones who are they care so much. The people who are in charge right now weren't here during those days and aren't going to be here for the next generation. They're the key holders now. And you've got the people who are so emotionally invested in the program that they want to know that they're hanging on everything, that they're right. These are the people that call our show, that are on your social media, that are at the games, that just love this stuff, that it's killing them to watch Steve Alford at Nevada and San Diego State be undefeated. And why isn't it up? Why isn't it us? Why isn't it us? And you've got people who are, it's their job now to do, quote unquote, the right thing, whatever that is. And you've got a little bit of a clash going on. Emotion versus practicality in a lot of respects, right?
You do.
John, good morning. Hello, John.
Hello, guys.
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. Hey, I was reading that Byron Matos is going to enroll, and I see some guys commenting that he's probably going to start playing and all that. To me, sounds kind of crazy, but what do you guys take on that?
You know, I don't know that. I mean, does it behoove this young man to burn a year? You're gone. Burn a year of eligibility to play this year? Yeah, he's here. Evidently, he's going to enroll in school. Does it behoove him to go burn a year of eligibility to play a month and a half?
Mm-hmm. It sounds like this young man really wants to play basketball. Yeah. And he wants to play basketball for the University of New Mexico, which is why he made this decision to enroll early. He's been cleared to take part fully in team activities, so it does sound like if he wants to play, he can step on the floor
a body, right?
And be a Lobo. It would just mean that he's not going to say someone's going to stay here 4 years, but
well, obviously
it would
not
be
if he's willing to burn this
3.5 then. So you get this season plus 3 more, or it would essentially be a redshirt year for him this year.
How many games can you play and be a redshirt?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that
in basketball? There's
once you're on the court, you burn.
You're on the court, yeah. It's not like football.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd be surprised if he played. I at this point, nothing will stun me, but I would be surprised if he went out and burned the year. And I'm not. I mean, would you recommend that to the young man? Now, I don't know what this is not fair because I don't know what his goals are, what he wants to do long term. Would it help the team? It sounds like it would. Could they use the big? Could they use the talent?
Mm-hmm.
Can they use the body? I mean, if he's just wait till Matos gets here, he'll save us. He's the next savior. But if he's only a couple of years, then go ahead and play him now anyway. Because what do you care if he's not going to use all 4 years of eligibility? But it just seems like as he's getting acclimated, to a new city, to a new place, to new people. He just got in town this weekend, and he's starting school, and you're going to expect him to get in there. And
he's going to be billed as the savior.
That's right.
That pressure's coming right down on him. In conference play, teams lost the last 2 games by 54 points, but Matos is here.
I want you to take everything into consideration, right? Brand new place. Where was he before this? I know he's from the DR, but where was he before this? He's not coming straight from the Dominican Republic, right?
Playing high school basketball.
So you're going to adjust to college, go to classes, get acclimated, move into your new place, learn where your classes are. Oh, by the way,
Tennessee.
Okay.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And oh, by the way, save Lobo basketball?
Unless he's one of those talents, Zion Williams-esque. I don't know.
It sure sounds like a big ask, doesn't it? Big ask. I can't see it, man. But I mean, again, I've watched crazier stuff go on. I really have. All right, you see their vehicles around town. They drive around. They've got the initials IPS on them. Do you know who they are? I think by now you do. International Protective Service is the security company I trust to watch my home because, well, property crime is real in this town, and there's not enough police to answer all the alarms or all the calls for break-ins around here. IPS responds to alarms within 5 to 7 minutes at homes of which they monitor. With an armed, trained security staff, they catch the bad guys. Hundreds of homeowners and business owners in Albuquerque and Santa Fe rely on IPS to protect their property. If you've got a vacation coming up, IPS can patrol your home while you're away, move your trash cans to the curb and back, pick up the newspapers, pick up your mail. Just give your home that lived-in look. Call them at 897-2420. 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. Those vehicles you see in your neighborhood means someone on your street refuses to be a victim of property crime. Do not wait until something bad happens. Let IPS secure what's valuable to you. Call them at 897-2420.
The commute has been easy breezy here this morning. No major accidents, no delays. But if you happen to see something, make sure and always call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. Think about your pets on these cold, wintry nights. Clark's Pet Emporium does. Clark's has supplies like custom dog houses, heated water bowls, and beds, and a huge selection of coats and sweaters. Clark's Pet Emporium on Lomas west of San Mateo, Manal at Fontabo, and at clarkspets.com. From the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center, I'm Josue with your sports animal traffic.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
This is the most dire warning yet about the very real and present danger of antibiotic resistance. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN's chief medical correspondent. Every 15 minutes, someone in the United States dies of a drug-resistant superbug. That's 35,000 deaths every year from infections that don't have a treatment. Put another way, some miracle drugs no longer perform miracles, according to a landmark CDC report. One of their senior advisors told us, this is a problem that ultimately affects all of us. It literally has the potential to affect every person on the planet. And if that weren't frightening enough, some superbugs have figured out how to teach each other how to fight off antibiotics by sharing their resistance genes with each other. Look, there is an answer here, and it isn't just stronger antibiotics. It is to use antibiotics less. With less exposure, germs have fewer opportunities to learn how to fight them. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
What would you like to be better at? Dancing.
Poker.
Yoga. According to a study, CVS customers are better than most at something important, staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier. So get a free prescription savings review, plus earn up to 50 extra bucks rewards each year for filling. Because of the things you could be better at, staying healthy tops them all. Treat yourself well at CVS. Terms and conditions apply. Not all prescriptions eligible. See our pharmacist or cvs.com/rx savings or /rx rewards.
Vicks Children's knows that kids ask a lot of questions, especially when they're sick.
Mom, what's red dye 33?
Artificial food coloring.
What's high fructose corn syrup?
Processed sugar.
Some are surprising.
Can I have alcohol?
Definitely not. Are you reading this somewhere?
My cough syrup label.
Vicks Children's remove these unnecessary additives to build a better children's cough medicine. So you can answer?
When will I feel better?
Soon.
Dump these additives and keep the relief with new Vicks Children's Cough and Congestion. Use as directed.
What you gotta do is give me some money, okay?
Get your share of free money. Starting Tuesday. Your chance to win just by listening and texting. Listen for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the national keyword to 95819, and you could win $1,000. It's that easy. You're listening anyway. You love to text, and you like getting paid. We can't make it any easier than that. For complete rules and information, visit our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Free money starts Tuesday on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
If you can drop 5 balls, you can win a pile of cash.
Get to the wall of cash at Isleta Resort and Casino and win your share of over $1 million.
The wall of cash, now through February 9th.
At Isleta Resort and Casino, where the fun begins.
Hey, it's Michael Carlisle. By now, you've probably seen commercials from national companies that promote 100% online mortgage loan with no human interaction. Don't fall for it. I suggest you call Ben Lucero at Indigo Mortgage instead. On the surface, an online mortgage loan might sound easy, but applying for a mortgage isn't like buying a new pair of shoes. You're a real person making a real decision on the biggest financial transaction of your life. You gotta ask, is the real person for the 100% online lenders for the benefit of you, the consumer, or for them, the company? Mortgages are very complex and more than just plugging numbers in and locking in a rate. You might have questions, and have a friendly, caring professional is the only way to get the answers you need. You're not a transaction, you're a person. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage. Call them at 836-5700 or visit them at indigomortgage.net. A local lender who wants what's best for you, 836-5700.
NMLS 188348.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Quan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Quan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit Quans.com.
Crime is a big problem and desperate bad guys are looking for easy targets. Scott Stigler here for Windsor Door Sales. Make sure your home isn't one of them. Rolling shutters are a huge deterrent to home and business invasions. If a thief can't see what's inside, they'll probably avoid your place. And Windsor Door Sales offers interest-free financing and the peace that comes with that kind of security. Call 345-6604 or visit WindsorDoorSales.com.
Fast, friendly, and efficient.
Now, listen to KNML AM 610 on Alexa, supported by Indeed. Say, Alexa, enable the KNML AM 610 skill. Then say, Alexa, play KNML AM 610.
TJ Trout here, and winter fishing in New Mexico? Why not? There are fish to be had. For info and to buy your license today, visit the Department of Game and Fish website at wildlife.nm.state.us. Get out and fish, New Mexico.
Prepare to make your Taco Bell cravings come true with tantalizing acts like a trio of double-stacked tacos available in 3 bold flavors: Nacho Crunch, Reaper Ranch, and Chipotle Cheddar, all for just $1 each. Dazzle your senses while you can with the $1 double-stacked tacos only on Taco Bell's Cravings Value Menu, where value never ceases to amaze. At participating U.S. locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Now there's a truck everyone can rally around. It's the 2020 Honda Ridgeline, and it's packing a dual-action tailgate, lockable in-bed trunk, and an available truck bed audio system, so you can play as hard as you work. And with intelligent traction management and an available 5,000-pound towing capacity on all-wheel drive models, this truck is as smart as it is tough, just like a middle linebacker. So head to your Honda dealer and get the truck that has your back. The Honda Ridgeline.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
All right, you want to reset? We can. A lot of conversation on Lobo basketball, men's and women's, and how do you coach today? Transfers are part of the deal. I think everybody understands that. Are mid-season transfers now part of the deal? Is that like just how you have to accept it? You just have to understand it? I don't know that that's right. But you got a coach that was certainly testy in a press conference. Is testy fair?
Testy, 1, 2, 3.
Left, right. What was Bradbury in that soundbite? Was he testy? Was he short? Was he choppy? What's the word?
All the above. Frustrated,
ready to explode.
Choppy, ready.
He was just
to
like
explode.
looking. Somebody light it. Somebody light.
Which is interesting hearing Hoser pull that out of listening to Mike Bradbury, feeling like he's on the edge, which is understandable. You had your third player transferring, the Mountain West Freshman of the Year, Jayla Everett, leaving. It does happen. But if you're Mike Bradbury, you can't in one breath, and he did say, hey, this affected the team. And then when you're pretty much just asked that same question.
But you're asked different, though. You were asked about moving forward then. The question was, moving forward, is it difficult for you as a staff?
And then just try to say, well, it happens everywhere. I'm fine with it. Well, your team is not responding.
You just said you're not fine with it.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go to Bradbury's defense for a second because I can understand the frustration. You're sitting up there. You just got beat at home by 17 points. You just lost your third player in a month, right? Essentially a month. Third starter. And this was the season that was supposed to be the season, right? I mean, you were picked second in the league, and this was going to be that year that you had your talent, you had your players in, you were going to be really good. You had the freshman of the year coming back, you had a great recruiting class, and it's gone south. And it's right after a game, and emotions are raw, and you got this punk reporter, and I'm not picking on anybody, but I mean, you look at them all, and they're like, what do you know, right? I mean, they're all punk reporters. I'm not picking on one person in particular for asking a question. It's some punk.
A frustrated coach when he looks at the media, he's like, all y'all don't know it.
You don't know a damn thing. Why am I sitting here listening to your crap? Exactly. You know, and that's why you get that tone all the time, because they're all smarter than you are. And when it comes to their game, they are. But you've got a job, they've got a job. And so to his defense, the tone, I understand it. I'm not going to sit here and knock him, because I'd be in the same place, man. I would. If I just, I got to go listen to these pompous bleeps again, and yeah, I'd have that issue too. But that's part of your gig, right? It's part of your compensation package is representing and talking to the media, and at Wright State you don't have it, and maybe that's the beauty of coaching at Wright State. But at New Mexico, they're there every day.
Or maybe there's one student reporter at your post-game press conference
who's going to sop up whatever it is you say, right? It's just that's the difference. But I understand his frustration. I'm not mad at him for being frustrated. I just wonder sometimes his perspective and what he says. When he says y'all are just focused, on Albuquerque, I'm certainly not. Well, all right. I mean, I guess, go if you want to go. We all see what's going on, too. And transfers, yes, are common in this day and age of basketball, but I just don't know that I believe that they're that common in season.
Well, 3 is a number that catches your attention, and then
it's a magic number. Yes, it is. Yes.
The conversation on social media of the pro Mike Bradbury versus the anti Mike Bradbury camp of questioning how many people have left the program over the last 3 years, and then players being like, well, I'm all in. That's not why I left.
Well, so here, is this true? I just got a text from Sid, different Sid. He said that the men's transfer portal already has over 120 guys looking to play for another program next season. I expect that list to grow to 400 or more by the end of the season. No, it'll be closer to 1,000 by the end of the season.
It will be an outrageous.
But if it's at 120 now in mid-January, and I haven't verified it, but let's just, for this argument's sake, that's 120. That means a third by an average, right? There's 351 schools. Mm-hmm. So just over a third of the schools would have a player already in the transfer portal. Okay. That still doesn't average out to 3 per team. Yes. I would think if you'd have asked me to guess how many players have already declared for the transfer portal for next year in men's basketball, I probably would have come in the 50-ish area. I wouldn't have said 120 already. But still, that's less. That's right about 1/3.
I will side with Mike Bradbury that this is the life of a coach and student athlete.
Yeah.
Transfers happen. It is just like free agency in pro sports. It's just the transfer portal. Now we put your name and then say, hey, come talk to me because I want to play somewhere else. The difference is after this weekend and the latest transfer is you have it playing out on social media. Yeah. So you have to address it. You can't.
Well, you got a former player come out and take a shot at the program.
And so you have current players versus former players, and it's brewing on social media, which raises questions. Maybe they're fair, maybe they're not, but you have to address it because it's players in that program. It's not just all us on the outside trying to pick apart a soundbite, looking at what's happening. It's coming from people that played for Mike Bradbury.
That's right. And that's where the conversation was. All right, we'll talk men's basketball. I want to get into the NFL more. We can get into the fight card over the weekend. 505-246-0610. Jeremy's got another edition of JJ Buck. Get off my rocks. Got all that. We got anything to give away? Do we have something
Not today. Tomorrow
we're
going to start.
Oh, so the week doesn't really start until tomorrow, but we got to be here today?
Exactly.
What crap is that? All right, then we go to the phones. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 8:39. Here's your final look at Monday morning's commute. Boy, it's been a pleasant one. No major accidents or delays. If you see something, though, always call us on the traffic.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our sixth-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life change will occur.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to newmexicohighlands.com today.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505.
Radio, we're allowed to call it Super Bowl, right? Because we're home of Super Bowl 54. Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers. That's right. All that 2 weeks from yesterday on your home for the National Football League, 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Jeff J.J. Josue Alden is producing for you in his brand new flat brim. That's actually a pretty cool lid.
It's a nice
New Mexico Highlands. It's the white with the old school stripes around it, the purple Highland baseball hat.
Yeah, big shout out to my man Richard Tripp.
My man Richard Tripp.
You know, the
Took a
voice
trip
of
up there.
New Mexico Highlands for hooking me up with this hat.
Yeah, you spend enough time up there, they'll give you a hat.
Yep.
What size is it, the fitted hat?
You know, it's 7 3/8.
3/8. What a big melon. When you lose your hair,
I got to contain
got a lot of
hair
hair.
too.
when you lose your hair, your fitted hat size shrinks. Did you know that? No, I mean, it's just a fact of life. Unless you go on steroids.
That's right.
I think it compensates. All right, 505-246-0610. What's up, Ruben? How you living?
Hey, good morning, Jeff and guys. Thanks for the call. Jeff, I haven't called in a while, but it's a little belated, but I do want to tell you thank you for the New Mexico Bowl. It was outstanding. I went with my cousin.
Oh, beautiful.
Just a great atmosphere, and you always do a great job on that, sir.
I'm glad
Appreciate
you had
it.
fun. Thank you for being out there.
Yeah, one more thing. I'm really excited about Mountain West basketball. I mean, the rankings come out this afternoon. I think San Diego State might be in the top 5. I mean, everybody else lost.
It should be number 4.
You know. Oh, it's been released
No,
already?
no, but they should be number 4.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe higher. But the good news about that is I think we're going to do good in the Mountain West. I'm not in the Mountain West, in the Big Dance come March next month or in March. And don't sell the Lobos out yet, man. I think Weir's a great coach, and he'll get them rolling. So I hope we make the Big Dance. New Mexico State looks like they're on their way. Thank you, Jeff. Take care.
All right, man. See you. 505-246-0610. That's where he is, or that's where we are. He's optimistic still.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It's not the Mountain West will do good. It's San Diego State.
All right, we haven't hit them yet. Did you watch them? They were down by 2 points at halftime against Reno on Saturday at home in their red out game, and then just blitzkrieged the Wolfpack in the second half. They're good. I think we've realized that the 19-0 and the last undefeated team in America. Are they Sweet 16 good? Are Elite 8 good? Can they be a Final Four team? I mean,
the answer is yes. Because you look at college basketball right now, everyone is taking their lumps. Conference play is coming fast and furious for these squads. They're talented enough to go on a run. They're going to be a hot commodity going in to the tournament if they continue this, maybe even just one loss along the way.
So there's a better chance.
A mid-major favorite.
Well, so I've seen odds. They've got a better chance of running the table than Gonzaga does, and that would mean maybe they take the West number 1 away from Gonzaga, which would go through LA, which would be a big deal, right? They could go Sacramento to Los Angeles, which would be a huge deal. If they got through the first weekend and we're playing the Sweet 16 Elite 8 round in LA, which is, there's metro, there's trains, there's cars, there's a huge alumni base in Los Angeles. It would be huge for San Diego State.
It'd be gigantic.
And I would tell you right now, there's more landmines in the West Coast Conference than BYU and in St. Mary's. Santa Clara's playing better, even though they got.
Well, and they just got by one.
Yeah, they did.
Saturday night.
No, they did.
Beat BYU.
They did. But there's more landmines there, wouldn't you say, than there are?
There is right now.
What's a tougher run, going through the Mountain West right now or the West Coast Conference?
I'd say it's BYU and St. Mary's over.
All right, so take
UNLV.
those top 3 against the top 3 Utah State.
Right now, it's more challenging with those two squads.
San Francisco's played well.
San Diego State is just better than everyone else, and Utah State is a team I can't figure out.
They were up 18 the other night.
They were up 18 with 4 minutes left
that?
in the second half and lost to Boise State in overtime. I cannot figure out this Utah State team. They should be good. It's not an injury concern. Kid has been fine the last 2 games. How do you lose that game?
When you're up by that much? I don't know the answer to that. They shouldn't be struggling the way they are. Saturday, Mountain West scores 68-55, San Diego State over Nevada. Colorado State, who's playing well now, beat Air Force 78-65. Fresno State was a winner in Laramie 65-50. And the overtime game you just talked about, 88-83, Boise State over Utah State. Something else. Here's what you got this week now. Tuesday's games, San Jose State's in the pit. Wyoming will be at San Diego State. Boy, what's that number going to be? Air Force at Utah State. And then on Wednesday, Fresno State's at Colorado State, UNLV, Nevada. That should be interesting. UNLV in Reno? I'll watch that. UNLV Reno's a good game, huh? UNLV's playing nice. All right,
UNLV, you have to separate their overall record versus their conference record
and the rival.
Because right now they're the second best team in the Mountain West.
UNLV.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, which doesn't look good for the
Like
league
30.
because of what they did out of conference. Doesn't bode well. All right, 505-246-0610. Come on in. 888-922-0610.
20.
Phones. I got still a lot of emails I've got to get to. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Westwood One Radio Network. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years after beating the Titans 35-24 in Sunday's AFC Championship game. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes threw 3 touchdown passes and added another spectacular play to his highlight reel with a 27-yard touchdown run. 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo threw only 8 passes in Sunday's NFC Championship game against the Packers, but it didn't matter with Raheem Mostert running the football. The 49ers running back becoming the first player in NFL history with at least 200 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns in a playoff game. 49ers had a 27-0 lead at halftime and never looked back, beating the Packers 37-20. Championship Sunday is in the books and Super Bowl 54 is set. It's the 49ers and Chiefs facing off in Miami, Florida on February the 2nd. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Newsflash. Good oral care habits keep you healthy. That means brushing your teeth for 2 minutes, twice a day, and flossing regularly no matter what brand you use. Quip makes things that make good habits simple. Starting with an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and anti-cavity toothpaste. Quip's electric brush has sensitive sonic vibrations and a built-in timer and 30-second pulses to guide a full and even clean. Their well-designed floss dispenser might make you actually want to floss, with pre-marked string to help you use just enough. Plus, Quip delivers a fresh brush head, floss, and toothpaste refill to your door every 3 months, with free shipping, so your routine is always right. Join over 3 million healthy mouths and get Quip today, starting at $25. And if you go to getquip.com/advantage right now, you'll get your first refill absolutely free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/advantage. Quip.
What you gotta do is give me some money, okay?
Get your share of free money starting Tuesday. Your chance to win just by listening and texting. Listen for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the national keyword to 95819, and you could win $1,000. It's that easy. You're listening anyway. You love to text, and you like getting paid. We can't make it any easier than that. For complete rules and information, visit our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Free money starts Tuesday on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's quite simple. If you can drop 5 balls, you can win a pile of cash.
Get to the wall of cash at Isleta Resort and Casino and win your share of over $1 million.
9 times every Saturday and Sunday, 2 players will head to the wall. They'll drop 5 balls down the wall to win up to $5,000.
Earn entries today with the chance to win 1,000 entries every Tuesday.
The wall of cash with more than $1 million in prizes.
Now through February 9th at Isleta Resort and Casino,
where the fun begins.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. When you're hurt in a car wreck, time matters. The amount of time it takes you to call for help, the amount of time it takes you to get medical treatment, and the amount of time it takes you to call an attorney can all affect the value of your case. We have a team of professionals and a network of experts who are waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. The faster you call us, the faster we can get you all the money you deserve. In a wreck, need a check? Call Little Rowe Injury Attorney today at 544-4444. We're available 24/7.
July 2014.
Fox tonight.
Show them what we got!
First, a new 911 series.
Welcome to Austin.
New heroes.
This crew can't just be good, you gotta be the best.
Same call.
What the hell is happening?
Rob Lowe, Liv Tyler, 911 Lone Star. The 2-night premiere event continues. Then, fall's #1 new show, Prodigal Son, is back. With the question everyone is asking, where's Malcolm?
No one can hear you scream.
You sure? I'm a pretty good screamer. Tonight, 8/7 Central on Fox.
To call yourself an explorer, you should possess a few essential qualities, like a yearning for adventure and back massages from available multi-contour front seats with 5 active motion massage themes, and an available 980-watt 14-speaker B&O sound system by Bang & Olufsen, and an available heated leather-wrapped steering wheel with paddle shifters. The 2020 Ford Explorer, completely redesigned and more comfortable than ever. It's the greatest exploration vehicle of all time.
Shaq Sports Hour. Sports fans, we're talking all-time most heartbreaking moments. You're on.
Shaq, I sent my husband to get an Epson EcoTake printer and he bought the wrong printer.
Ooh, that's bad. But as far as sports...
He bought one with cartridges.
Yeah, cartridges are a pain,
The
but...
EcoTank is cartridge-free. Comes with a ridiculous amount of ink.
Your husband owes you big time. Let me talk to him.
Already taken care of. He's giving me a foot massage right now. Say hi, dear.
Hey, Shaq. Nice. Sports Hour. Sponsored by Epson EcoTank. Just feel and chill. Get your Epson EcoTank at Staples today.
Family is big around here. We're family owned, family operated, family managed. And that means legacy. That means dependability. That means using Grainger. With over 1.5 million products and knowledgeable product experts, Grainger has whatever we need. And with same-day pickup and next-day delivery options, they have it whenever we need it. For over 90 years, businesses like ours have trusted Grainger. Because, like family, Grainger's got our back. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML. Albuquerque, the sports animal.
All right, we're working today. You should take the day off but still listen to the radio. Kind of how I look at it. What do you think? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Josue.
Sounds like a great morning.
Yep, we work. You don't. You down? It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Josue, and Alden. It's a good-looking lid, man. All day and all night. That's right.
What do you say? Alden.
Not quite the same.
All right, we'll take your phone calls today at 505-246-0610. Tons of emails at Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. Hello, Mike. How are you today?
Good. Yeah, good.
What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just want to speak a few quick comments. There's nobody here to talk to about Lobo basketball, but I'll talk to you guys. Caldwell is back on. He's on campus. I don't know if he's on the team, but
no, he's not on the team.
Glimmer of hope there. Without Caldwell, I don't think Lobos have a chance. I don't think the Mountain West will take 3 teams.
No.
So we can get that second spot. You know, it's still interesting. A little bit of glimmer of hope there, and Vance Jackson, he's not seriously injured. Lobos are still there. You know, they're still in the running. That's all I got to say.
All right, Mike.
Go Lobos. Caldwell is really good. Thank you.
All right, later.
They're still in the running.
They're still in the running.
But it feels like they're running from bulls.
That's funny. It's kind of right.
Run.
And
they're
those
coming.
bulls are pretty quick. All right, Lance is working today, too. Hello, Lance.
Yeah. It's Orale Monday.
Orale Monday.
I'm walking down the hall with my phone and had to never leave the radio on while I call you guys for respect. And you're talking to some other dude. All you got to do is say, Lance, I'm hanging up on you. I mean, come on, Hefe. I've been calling this station for 25 years.
I did say it. You just don't hear it. Sometimes you get in a little run, Lance. You know, you start, your voice gets loud.
I do the thing. It's
kind of like now.
See, I can't get out of it. Like I'm like the old guy now. Like he gets in a rant.
But
anyway,
did
I wanted
say
to say
it.
this, though, really for my call. Martin Luther King Day. It's like Memorial Day for me. You know, the military people and everything. It's like, what do you say? It's not Happy Martin Luther King Day. It's Happy Freedom of Speech Day.
All right.
One of my favorite people are Adolf and Grady out there, you know, and just I hope they're listening, but, you know, not just how that rolls. But I'm really sad that I'm sitting here watching this 49er game, right? There's Shanahan, the old one, the CEO now. There's the Shanahan coach, and you know, Lynch out there. All our Broncos are everywhere across the NFL. You know, how could that have happened that you fired, you know, first of all, Shanahan? We had a bad season. We lost Elba. He retired. Terrell Davis got hurt a couple of times. And then they fired him. and I question my club is that. I mean, it was cold as a witch's city when I went to Shanahan's restaurant, and I don't understand it. But thanks for hanging up on me on Martin Luther King Day, because it is freedom of speech day, and I love you guys, and you've got me out of the dumps a lot of times when I needed something to say. So God bless you. Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Happy Freedom of Speech Day. See you. All right, so for the record, and I did have to dump out of his call last week, but I did tell him, I got to go. I'm going.
Yeah.
But he didn't hear it because sometimes, and God bless him,
he didn't want to hear it.
He gets into his little cadence, and he doesn't always hear over his rant.
It's high gear. It's kind of like the lights. It goes from green to yellow, and
it's
then
it's
you're
a runaway freight train.
Yeah,
got to punch it.
Takes a long time to slow down. Get the momentum going.
Yes, a train will stop a mile down the road. Yes,
after it slams through your car and your radio show.
Oh, that's fair. I did. I love that guy. All right, I got emails. Sid says Bavaro's comments. Jada Bavaro was on the Twitter. This was on the women's basketball. He says, I sure would like to hear her accusations against Bradbury. Probably something along the lines of, he raised his voice and embarrassed me in front of the team. You think that's what it is?
Just that simple. Just a bunch of soft athletes.
Damn soft millennials. That's what he's telling you. I don't know, man. All right, you want me to bang through a few more of these emails? Because we've been all over, and so they're hitting everything that we've talked about: women's basketball, men's basketball, and the football. Lobo Hobo says on JJ Caldwell, Jeff, he's been out a month. Even if he comes back today, what kind of playing shape is he going to be in? It's not like he's been practicing with the team. Just feel like Caldwell's expiration date with Lobo basketball has passed. Does it feel that way to you?
Due to the allegations and the stance that at least the university took, yes.
Okay. Wow. I'd like to see him back. I mean, if in fact the legal issues are, if it's not what was presented. I mean, obviously, if he did what he's been accused of doing, he can't come back and play basketball. But as far as a basketball piece, no, I think he can add a lot. He's the only guy who played defense.
Yeah, but
him and Malawatch.
It still goes back to when we were having these initial discussions, and you said there's two different investigations going on. They believe one is more serious than the other. And this was the university cleared Carlton Bragg, but they have not with J.J. Caldwell.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Are you ready for another edition of J.J. Buck? Get off my rocks. Dun, 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 dun. Rocks, 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 rocks. Jeff, says Jeremy, I was at a sub place, S-U-B, place the other night. And a large sub was $15. And it wasn't even a fancy sub, just a tuna. And it cost 3 Abe Lincolns. Oof. Remember when a burger was $2 and a sub was $1? The burger is still $2, Jeremy. $15 for a tuna sub?
Was it good?
All right, that's
doesn't
great.
Sound like.
So that's all fair.
Was it worth the $15? That's a follow-up question. Because if it was, all right, you're paying for an expensive sandwich. You should have known that when you walked into a sandwich shop.
$15 for a tuna sub does sound a little extreme, doesn't it?
Sounds a bit high. But if you looked at sandwich prices lately.
If you'd have taken advantage of our sweet deals, Jeremy, then you'd have gotten that for only really $7 or $7.50 because you get 2 for 1 at Jersey Mike's. I'm just saying.
We are here for you. We can help out in those situations.
In those situations, we can help out. All right. Did you watch the fight card over the weekend? Did you get the Holly fight and the Connor fight and all the rest?
I got what I needed out of the co-main and main.
Did you go somewhere or did you pay for it?
I did not pay-per-view it.
Oh, you got your ways, huh? I got what I needed out of it, too. All right, Carl says, let me put it this way, Jeff. I think those judges' scorecards were already filled out.
Interesting.
The only way that chick was going to walk away with a victory was to knock Holly Hottie Holm out, just like Misha Tate. Just like UNLV did to little basketball, who was out cold earlier in the day in Vegas. It's from Carl. She's got to do something. I mean, not that there was a lot of activity in that fight, but if you watched the fight and said, well, somebody's got to win, that was pretty obvious, wasn't it?
And Holly admitted that after the fight. She said she wanted it to be clear and dominant. She said she felt like she dominated, but she wasn't able to do a whole lot of damage. And in those situations, it might not be the most exciting fights. It might be like, oh, who actually won? And it goes to the little things. Octagon control. How many shots did you land? Were you the aggressor in the fight? And that's why one of the judges, it was 29-28, even though it was a unanimous decision. One of them viewed Pennington getting one of those rounds.
All right. Still unanimous decision. Holly wins. Was the most exciting, was the most impressive. Sounds like a Rocky Long football victory, doesn't it? I don't know. She didn't win by enough. It wasn't pretty enough. We didn't score enough points. Right? Isn't that what it sounds like? Yeah. All of a sudden, Holly Holmes is becoming Rocky Long.
When you buy a fight, whether you're investing in a boxing match or a UFC card,
yeah.
And of course, you're looking at the co-main and main. That's what's selling you on said event. It could be great, or Cerrone could get hit with the shoulder and be knocked out in 40 seconds. That's what you're paying $65 for. The potential for great excitement, or it's a fight game, you get punched in the face, and your body is like, nope, I'm done.
Yep, I'm done. That's right.
Like,
just stayed there.
Take a shoulder.
Move that head back, man.
Yeah. Come on, what are you doing, man?
He just kind of laid there like, I'm going to go mimis right there.
He laid there like what?
He's just like, I'm going to go mimis right here.
I'm going to go mimis.
What are you doing, man? Move
your head.
It's coming. You should know that.
Come on, that guy's trying to hit you. Move. He's trying to take your head off. You know all those nice things he said at the press conference? Now he's trying to kill you. He doesn't like you no more. Move your head. 505-246-0610. Move your fingers. Dial us up. We're here for you today on ProView Networks.
It's one thing to armchair quarterback, but I do love the fight game conversation.
Oh, move your head.
Dude's just getting shellacked. Move! Fight, man! Fight! He's trying. He can't.
Dude's getting ragdolled all over the floor. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program.
Was it good enough? Yeah, it was good enough. You know why? Because I've never seen a bad win.
Win, baby. Win.
Never seen a bad win. Now, y'all may have, but I don't know that I have ever seen a bad win.
Fans see bad wins. When it's a player, a fighter, all you see is W.
That's right. 505-246-0610. Marty, thanks for holding. What's happening?
Well, I'm here to defend Coach Bradbury. I think he's done a phenomenal job. If you look at his resume, you know, it's phenomenal. I mean, back-to-back 20-win seasons, Coach of the Year, 2018-19, 9 20-plus win seasons, postseason 18 times as a coach, including WNIT. But what happened to Kumbaya? I mean, appreciation, loyalty, dedication by the girls. I mean, last summer they were in France and Italy for 12 days, and they got to be in Cancun for 6 or 7 days. It always seems like the best players, the divas, are the malcontents, you know? And so what? So what that she left? Big deal. And
that's what he said.
I think if his style to coaching, they should have already adapted by now. So if they're crying tears, so what? And if the media got insulted by what he was trying to insinuate, so what? Let it be. I think he can continue to perform. He's just got to get gals that fit into his thinking, his coaching style, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say, Bradbury, just keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I think there's plenty of that, too.
How long does he get to do that?
How long does he get to do that?
If this was year one, maybe even year two, understand. I guess you're still trying to weed out the players.
Yep.
Everett was one of his recruits.
That's right.
Played last year. Knew what to expect. Came back for his sophomore season.
So what happened between then, right?
Sometimes players, of course, can just move on, but I think where you are asking the questions is the back and forth on social media from current versus former players. So it's not just salty media members wanting to hear what they want to hear out of Bradbury.
That's what blew this to another level, huh?
Yes.
Is when you had a former player who came at this coach. Now, Jada Bavaro was, if I'm not mistaken, and you tell me if I am, was recruited by, was with Yvonne, right? Was with the former, and she left. Wherever it comes from. But when you start having the infighting, you start having the family-on-family crime. Well, that wasn't my family. Well, yeah, you kind of all are in the Lobo women's basketball family. That, I think, to me, that's what took this to another level this week. Is that not right?
No, that is correct with what we saw happen on social media. And to Marty's point, Bradbury has put some good records together, but he still does have to answer for things that he puts out there. And with him saying in one breath, yeah, it affected our team, and then another breath just trying to say, move on, don't worry about it. Okay.
All right, one line open. Ray, good morning.
How's it going, guys?
Good, Ray. What's happening?
I just wanted to say, watching the Lobo basketball team, the way they play defense, it's like they're matadors. All of them are matadors.
It's concerning, isn't it?
With the Bull.
Yeah.
And another thing, I don't think since Weir's been here, I don't think that they have played good defense the whole time he's been here. I don't know. I don't like that switching up where they're going to set a pick. Even if they don't set a pick, the guys are switching, and it's always ending up with a little guy on a big guy, and a three-point shot's wide open. And I think Lyle, they should move him off the point. He played better when he wasn't the point guard. They have to have somebody on the team that can dribble the ball down the court and set up plays and let him play where he's supposed to play. And one other thing, too, even if the Lobos do on a few possessions, when they do play good defense, Lyle don't play defense at all. And he cries more than he plays defense. And that's one thing that I see all the time. He's a good ball player, but he has to quit crying and moping, and he has to play defense because that kid does not play defense at all. Even in the zone, he's out of position. So let me get your take on that.
All right. I mean, I'm being concerned about their defense for a long time.
Lyle doesn't play defense.
Yeah.
This team got by earlier in the season because they out-talented people, offensively and defensively, in their wins. They never were a good defensive team. You never thought, oh, that's the edge they have. They'd give it enough effort to get by. You lose 3 starters, and 2 of them being the anchors of what you were doing defensively, and J.J. Caldwell, Carlton Bragg. Lyle's play is going to look worse. Effort is fair to question this team, especially you see them in the second half. But so many people still say this team can't compete. Well, is that the reality now? Like, I get Caldwell, Martin, and Manigault are good offensive players.
Are they deep enough?
But they're not a unit that played like this. And so this is one where, can Paul Weir change their mindset? Can he pull that defensive effort out of him with a team that never really had that edge to them defensively? And also, how do they respond? Because this is who they are. Don't expect Caldwell back. Don't expect Carlton Bragg back. Vance Jackson's day-to-day with a knee injury. So who the heck are you, or can you be the rest of the season?
Jeffrey, good morning. How you living?
So, JJ just said something interesting. I hadn't thought about it. So I guess, according to what JJ's saying, and I respect this perspective, Coach Weir's instrument of success is going to be he's going to recruit talent, but then the talent alone has to figure out, in a sense, its own way in terms of how they're going to demonstrate, success. Because he clearly, after these last 2 games, losing by a collective, 53 points, he clearly is, for whatever reason, incapable of teaching the principles of defense. And I don't agree that it's a function of this millennial generation. I think you coach defense because you can inspire effort and you inspire defense. And I'm not convinced he knows how to do that. But if Coach Weir's going to recruit talent, but be incapable of doing anything with that talent, that seems to be a great concern. And here's the other thing. So we always hear the word adjustments, right? Adjustments. So here's a case in point. The other night they're in Las Vegas. It's this group of players that we have minus the 3 starters, which I get, and it's the same group of players that Vegas started with. And for the first half, they essentially, the Lobos played to a tie, right? Okay. The second half, the other coaching staff readjusts or reestablishes an approach to attacking the Lobo defense, or makes quote-unquote adjustments, and out-coaches Weir by 18 points. That, to me, is the concern. I'm not convinced he knows how to inspire defense, and also make these amendments in the game or reapproach in a game, or this cliche make adjustments. I'm not convinced he can do all those 3 things. And it's pretty damn frustrating. It's frankly embarrassing because you cannot lose 2 games by a collective 53 points. It is inexcusable.
54, yeah. All right, man.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, your point's real. The defense issue is something. I said this to you in one of the early games, right? And you said you were more concerned about offense, and then we both got to the point where we're both concerned about both.
Yeah.
But the defense is been a concern of me from the beginning, and I've watched this program go from we're going to full court pressure, we're going to defend you up and down the floor, to we're going to back it off because that's not who we have to be anymore. And that was almost like the basketball version of the option to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're going to do what we've got to do with who we've got because that's what we've got. And then down to I'm not sure what we're doing. And coach says, well, we tried some zone, and 2 games ago as well, we started out in that 3-quarter trap, and I shouldn't have done that because we got beat back, and now we're going to try some zone. And now I'm just watching guys, in some respects, not defend at all.
Yeah. I don't think this is X's and O's anymore, or just a 2-3 zone versus a quarter-court trap, whatever name you want to put on it. I do think this is about pulling effort out of these guys that you weren't asking them to do earlier in the season. And it's not that they weren't trying to play hard. It's just when you do have the talent, and they were talented, it was able to cover up some of the warts, and you were able to get by with a certain style, and now all that's out the window. With 3 starters gone, okay, you get Van Jackson back, but that still doesn't change what you're doing defensively.
All right, we'll get back to the phones, and if you're there, please stay. I want to hear from you, but we got to take this break. But first, I need to tell you about Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Their mortgage services team has more than 115 years of combined experience, and now they're close to home. Go see their whole team at the Kirtland Federal Credit Union Home Loan Center, centrally located on the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna. No matter where you are in Albuquerque, the Home Loan Center is close by. No need to drive across town, and no need to send mortgage payments out of state, since Kirtland Federal Credit Union is always local. Every step of the mortgage process happens right here in Albuquerque at the Home Loan Center. Go see them, 6700 Jefferson, Suite D1. That's the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna. Learn more about Kirtland Federal Credit Union's great mortgage services at kirtlandfcu.org/home loan. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they are more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA.
The Dan Patrick Show. We all...
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices.
All right, we're rounding out your Martin Luther King holiday. Hope you're enjoying. Maybe you get a day off. Maybe you'll be on the golf course today. Ford. Jeff Kawhi's laugh.
No.
I'm a fun guy. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Golden Hoser, all den producing for you all day over on the ProView Networks. Lenny's been holding for a while. I probably need to get to the phones, and then we'll continue with your takes. Hello, Leonard.
How you doing?
Excellent.
Well, first, with Paul Ware, you can't blame him for losing 2 players and then the backup to an injury.
Well, there's no backup.
There's only so much. Well, isn't Vance Jackson hurt?
Yeah, but he's a starter. There's no backup to Vance
No, but
Jackson.
but he was playing. He moved into the starting because of Bragg, didn't he?
No, he was starting the whole time. You lost 3 starters. He's down 3 starters.
Okay. So you can't blame Ware for that. And there's only so much depth in players that can go around.
True.
You can't fault him for that.
Right. No.
He can't
That
control what
part
they
you
do
can't
off the
control.
court.
Yeah, but you can control what they do on the court. No, you're right. He's down 3 starters, and I asked the question early. You show me a team in America that's not going to take a hit when they're down 3 starters, especially a mid-major.
Unless they're a Duke or a Kentucky.
Okay, and even they're gonna take a hit. So all that's
they're
right.
going to take a hit. But in this league, if any of the teams in this league lost 3 starters,
yes,
they're done.
Yep.
To a point.
But you still want to see effort, don't you?
No, you do want to see effort, but you got changing parts, moving pieces, and continuity issues.
Okay.
But it's not all Weir's fault.
That's right.
So I'm just going to move on with that. Now I'm going to give a quick prediction for the Super Bowl. From a rating standpoint, probably the NFL is probably as happy as can be.
Yes.
Having this game.
Yes. This is a good matchup for them with a big market in San Francisco. But you've got one of the biggest stars in the league, if not the biggest now in Mahomes. You've got I think if it was Tennessee Green Bay, they would have been disappointed. Yes, this is good for them.
Yeah, I think they would even been disappointed if it was New England again.
Okay. No.
Just because you want the changing of the guard.
Okay, and you got it.
So, but I'm still going to go with San Francisco for the win.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think Mostert's going to do what he did yesterday.
He's terrific. He's been good all year, man. Have you watched him?
But I also don't see Garoppolo only throwing 8 passes.
No, it might be a bad thing.
No, I mean, but you also have to give Kittle and everyone else credit for creating those huge holes.
I did.
But they gave up 10 plays of 15 yards or more rushing. So you go with what you did, and they just ran at him, and they couldn't stop him, and you knew they were going to run, and they still couldn't stop him.
Yeah, Mostert's terrific, and he has been all year when he's gotten the opportunity, and whatever that young man has done, and how he got cut 6 times, you start looking around and going, what do people not see? But whatever.
And it was also him not giving up on himself.
Yep, that's right.
So now let's get into Holly real quick.
Okay.
She's now 3-5 in her last 8 fights, 2 against the same person she beat, Pennington. Now, there's no such thing as a bad win, but is there enough for that to move the needle for her to go back into a championship fight?
Why not?
I think you're going to see Amanda Nunes try to make a boxing match with Clarissa Shields.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, Holly just didn't move the needle enough. She fought enough to win, but can you see her still going up and surviving Nunes any different than the first time?
No, even if she would have knocked Pennington out, I still wouldn't have felt that way.
So, I mean, I'm not knocking Holly, but...
This shows what the division is, man. I mean, who else is out there?
There isn't much. That's why I think Nunes is going to go after Clarissa Shields and take a money fight.
So she's still going to come back to the UFC at some point?
She will, but I think Holly needs one more fight against somebody a little higher up.
And she might get it.
Because then you also look at the other side. You get the hype train with somebody like a Macy Barber who came into the fight as a huge favorite against Roxanne Mondafari and got our clock claimed.
Okay.
In the third biggest upset in UFC history.
Yeah,
person who bought into their hype and thought they can just bowl over a 37-year-old and didn't get the job done. And then lastly, Cerrone, I hope he just goes into the sunset. I'm sure he made at least $500,000 to $1 million.
He made about 150 on it, I think. Maybe
yeah, but there's all the back end stuff he's going to make off the pay-per-view. But at this point, Conor can just do whatever he wants with who he wants to fight.
Okay.
But everyone goes, Conor's not motivated. He's not fighting for the money. Every time Conor wins, it's not only that he's winning a UFC fight, but his whiskey company goes up in value with sales.
Yeah. All right.
It made $985 million last year in sales.
How much?
$985 million his whiskey company made in sales.
Good? Have you tried it?
And his profit off of his clothing line
but is it
was
good?
$65 million.
But is it good?
I just have a couple of autographed bottles. I don't drink. I couldn't tell you one whiskey from the next.
I could.
Try it.
Yeah, I want to try it. All right, it's good to hear you, man.
But I mean, it's just a thing. And then hopefully in 2 weeks you're going to see John Jones wins, and then he goes up finally to heavyweight.
Yeah, that's probably right too. All right, Lenny, we'll talk to you throughout the week.
Thanks.
See you. 505-246-0610. I want to taste the whiskey now. How have I not tried that? What's it called? Is it Notorious or something? I'll find it. Ken, good morning.
Morning, guys. I'm a big Lobo fan and go to the games and support them. And I remember when Weir got hired, he said that if he's not successful here, if he's not winning, it's 100% on him. That's what he said in his interview. He said he's got all the resources he needs. So if they're not taking that next step, it's on him 100%. That team quit late in the second half. When you look at 3 straight dunks uncontested dunks by UNLV. The team completely quit. And if you say they're tired, then Weir used the bench in the first half. He did not use the bench in the second half. So that's coaching. He made those decisions. And when you look at fired coaches, there's always excuses. When you look at Coach Neal, there was excuses about Cullen. When you look at Fran Fraschilla, there was excuses. You know, he had some sketchy players. First year, excuses for Weir. Second year, excuses for Weir. Third year, excuses for Weir. Fourth year, which is next year, we're going to be young. We're going to have a lot of high school freshmen. We're going to lose a lot of juniors and seniors for next year. So I already see the excuses coming for next year that we're going to be young, inexperienced. So, you know, fired coaches have a lot of excuses why they got fired. Weir, on the other hand, I really respect Weir. I don't think he'll make those excuses. I just feel like he's not a really good head coach. I don't know what happened in New Mexico State with that 1 year. I'd have to kind of, you know, get into it and see his players, those types of things. But it is so obvious when this team quit in the second half, and it was so disheartening to see 3 straight monster dunks by UNLV and nobody contesting those dunks. And you could just see their heads were down and they just quit. So it's just not good for Lobo basketball right now, and we can always blame the players. Weir, it's a combination of both, but it starts at Weir because he did say, blame me. I am 100% responsible if we don't win. Blame me. Don't blame anybody else. So I think that's what Lobo fans need to do is to look at Weir.
All right. Thank you. 505-246-0610. Proper 12 is the whiskey, by the way. Proper 12. One more to go. I got a couple of interesting comments for you on basketball when we come back. Before we hit the golf course today. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by CBS All Access. Patrick Stewart stars in Star Trek Picard, now streaming on CBS All Access. And Rob Manfred are hoping that the electronic surveillance scandal is behind them now that the commissioner has issued his report and meted out punishment to the franchise as well as its former GM and manager. But fans, reporters, and most importantly opposing players are not happy about how Manfred let the Astros players off by granting them immunity in exchange for testifying. Dodgers outfielder Cody Bellinger said there needs to be major consequences to the players for the integrity of the game. Teammate Alex Wood claimed, I'd rather face a player that was taking steroids than face a player that knew every pitch that was coming. Manfred's upcoming report on the 2018 Red Sox cheating should stir up the pot even further. This is going to get interesting. I'm Boomer Esiason.
This Thursday, only on CBS All Access, a legend returns. Patrick Stewart reprises his iconic role as Captain Jean-Luc Picard in the highly anticipated original series, Star Trek Picard. Follow this hero on an unexpected mission as he travels into the far reaches of the galaxy. The journey is about to begin, so sign up today for CBS All Access by visiting CBS.com. Get your first week of CBS All Access for free and stream Star Trek Picard starting this Thursday.
This human resources professional is crushing it, thanks to Kronos. And this is his hype song.
I've got HR, payroll, talent, and time.
I'm on the top, I'm gonna rise up. Now we are
engaging all the best people.
Blast off to the front of the field. This is
Kronos, HR solutions for the modern workforce. Learn more at kronos.com/HR swagger.
What you gotta do is give me some money, okay?
Get your share of free money starting Tuesday. Your chance to win just by listening and texting. Listen for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the national keyword to 95819. And you could win $1,000. It's that easy. You're listening anyway. You love to text. And you like getting paid. We can't make it any easier than that. For complete rules and information, visit our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Free money starts Tuesday on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Precision Door, a name you can trust.
Cold weather is an enemy to your garage door springs, especially if they're old. Precision Garage Doors is ready for all of your garage door repairs. Let them try to fix it before you spend big money on a new door or opener. Precision Garage Doors has a strategy they call the game plan for success for their customers. You'll get honesty and a job done right the first time. They offer a 28-point inspection designed to catch potential problems before your vehicle is stranded in the garage and you've got somewhere to go. They'll send a picture of the technician headed to your home and keep you posted on an arrival time. None of that "we'll be there between 10 and 2" nonsense. Precision Garage Doors has a passionate commitment to excellent service. They've got a website that's easy to remember, GarageDoorsAlbuquerque.com, or call 244-DOOR. GarageDoorsAlbuquerque.com. Make the right decision. Call Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Big news coming your way from Twisters. I am extremely in love with Twisters. It's time again for them to add another new menu item. Just in time for football's biggest game, Twisters is serving up 3 delicious, mouth-watering, finger-licking flavors of wings. Yes, wings. Hand-tossed in a savory, sweet, or mildly spicy sauce, these things are big and meaty. Bone-in buffalo-style chicken wings. And hey, if you got an epic party in the works, you need to bring something to share, nothing says you know how to party like the wings and enchilada casserole. Add Twisters house-made tortilla chips, salsa, green chili, nacho cheese, beans, rice, and boom, instant party success. What? Sorry, I get a little excited. It's Twisters. What can I say? Smother your hunger at Twisters. Go to mytwisters.com for a location near you. I know, you were waiting for me to say it. Twisters is our sweet deal this Tuesday. Log on to our station website at 9 a.m. and get $50 in Twisters gift certificates for only $25. All right, my job's done here. Get to it.
Go to sportsanimalabq.com and click on the Sweet Deals logo. We know you'll be saying sweet.
This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the 3rd time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
Fox tonight.
Show them what we got.
First, a new 911 series.
Welcome to Austin.
New heroes.
This crew can't just be good, you gotta be the best.
Same call.
What the hell is happening?
Rob Lowe, Liv Tyler, 911 Lone Star. The 2-night premiere event continues. Then, fall's #1 new show, Prodigal Son, is back with the question everyone is asking: where's Malcolm?
No one can hear you scream.
You sure? I'm a pretty good screamer.
Tonight, 8/7 Central on Fox.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, lots to do in this final segment. A couple calls to get through, some emails, some texts. Rudy says, Global Basketball, I think that any team that's down 3 starters at this point in the season would look like UNM did in the second half. There's essentially no practice time to rebuild. It would help if the men on the floor would commit to defense. No one seems to want to take a charge except for Corey. That said, I know the coach Weir will do whatever it takes to get them ready for Las Vegas. See you there. Go Lobos. So he's got faith. Jeff does not. He says Weir cannot and will not coach defense. He cannot make any adjustments when needed. FYI, before the last 2 losses, Lobos were 15-3, 12 at home, and that's great. 5 of their wins from the lowest 2 Division I power conferences, and 1 win versus a D2 school, all games, and 50% of the wins. The teams they've beaten have overall records of 96 and 135, so we're not as good as we think, and people are wondering what's going on. He's padding the schedule, just saying. John, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hey, John.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Well, I'm just tired of this negativity from some of these fans who don't get the big picture. When Neil left, this program was in shambles, and it's going to take a couple of years to rebuild the thing. And I like what I'm seeing coming in on recruits. I heard the guy before me calling saying that it's an excuse that we lost 3 players. I just don't get that at all. It's just driving me crazy. And then that guy about talking down the Weir and stuff like that. We got to get behind the team. Maybe they quit a little bit in the second half, but the depth is taking a hit, and they got tired too, I think. So that could be part of it. And I don't know if you guys touched on the Matos thing. I'm pronouncing his name, I don't know.
Matos, yeah.
But I don't see why we don't play him this year if he wants to play. I mean, if he's as good as we all hope he is, and I really hope he's that good, he might not be here for 4 years anyways. So why not burn a semester and get him in there if that's what he wants to do?
John, appreciate it. If he's not going to play for the 4 years do you go ahead and burn this half a year, this 2-month stretch? And that's, that's do you need the body? Do you need the size? If he can play, if he's ready, yeah, you could use it. Is he ready to go? You're throwing a guy into the mix now with all the changes you're doing and think he's starting college in a new place. He's got to start going to class. I mean, everything else that you're throwing at him, is he ready? I wouldn't burn it unless you know it's going to benefit the young man. I just wouldn't. Can he help you? I don't know. Can you take a guy off of a plane, put him in your lineup on Tuesday and say, all right, go help us out because you're 6'9"?
And he sounds like he really wants to play. That's why he pushed to join the team now. And that's a tough conversation between Ware and Matos because it is. Do you say, all right, we're burning a year of you to play right now because we need you. But if you want to play, I think ultimately it does come down to the player and how he feels moving forward. To me, it's not that the team's tired. It's the different expectations. Players are being asked to do something different that they weren't before. Because if you really wanted to dissect the minutes, UNLV starters didn't play that much less because they had more players available. So to me, it's more of a changing mindset to where earlier in the year, these guys were locked into something where they were doing enough. And now all of a sudden you need them to be great defensively, and that is not happening overnight. You're not just going to show up, really doesn't matter who you are, and be like, all right, guys, this is a defensive effort I need in conference play. Let's go, and it's going to look like that.
John, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it?
Good. Hey,
train's
I'm by
coming.
a railroad.
Yeah, train's coming.
Careful.
Let me roll up this window and I'll get going here.
All right, what's up?
So, I want to address the issue of fatigue, wearing out, so on and so forth. I see a lot of body language, hands on their knees, shoulders, like they're breathing or, walking on the court a little slow. And I want to say that I heard a couple years ago or even last year that they're working very hard the day before a game and even the day of the game. And I always thought it was customary, keep them fresh, walk around, shoot around, strategize. This is what's the team, but I don't know if they're already going in there beat up already. It's hard to finish the games out, and I can argue against the fact that they should be in shape. But if you look at it like us people working, how effective are you working 60 hours a week? I've been there for months at a time. I can tell you, I ain't worth a crap. At any rate, I hope that's not the issue, and I want to talk about another thing. Is there's a lot of talent on the second unit. That's why we're all frustrated, because we see it. And come on, let's play some defense. Let's be fresh. Let's have a jump in our step like the other teams. That's my comment.
All right, man. Thank you.
They're not flipping tires on game day. They're not.
Yeah, the fatigue thing, I mean, and I think he's managing it fair. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing the day before.
UNLV had 4 players play 30 or more minutes. Lobos had 5.
Okay. Harry, good morning.
Hey, yeah, I was just kind of curious on Carlton Bragg. There's no way we could start buying some Uber tickets for these guys so these guys can be a little bit more responsible when they're not thinking right or something like that.
Well, I think there's a lot of resources available to him. At some point, you just got to utilize them.
And what about? Is there any chance of him coming back, or is he booted for good?
He's done.
He's done. Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Right.
Look forward to what happens the rest of this year.
See you, Harry. Yeah, I think there's plenty of resources available. At some point, individuals have to be responsible. In Carlton's case, he should have Ubered, or had a buddy drive, or not go out, or done anything but what he did.
And it's that much more frustrating because you just had a whole bunch of people have your back and stand by you through allegations to then come out and do that.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of opportunity there. But yeah, that ship has now sailed. That one has. Where are you going? 505-246-0610 or 888-922-0610. Brutus says on the bench, we had a Hall of Fame coach in New Mexico State with Lou Henson. All right. Not always. Not always. When things go south, it's easy, to draw gigantic conclusions. But also when things go bad is when how people react is how you're judged. You're judged on how you handle adversity, right?
Yes.
Let's see what happens. All right. You get the rest of the day off now, right?
No.
No? Well, I'm going to go play golf, I think.
You'll play golf.
Oh.
I'll be on TV about 4:30.
Oh, that's right. Alden, you taking the rest of the day off? Hoser?
Yeah, I'll be on.
You hope so. All right. Well, thanks for being with us today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Dan Patrick Show follows that. I think the Sports Bar comes on at
20.
We're back tomorrow morning with more award-winning radio for you at 7 a.m., right?
Yes, we are.
All right. Enjoy Martin Luther King Day.
10.
Good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. See you tomorrow.
What you gotta do?